Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 2 of our first campaign in the world of Corvania. DM Kittens, take it away.
All right, so a little bit of a recap. You started off last time having met this group of slightly weird folk, um, in kind of a very large group of mercenaries that were basically hired to figure out what had killed multiple families, um, all over the world. You took one of the contracts into the city of Ayrton, pretty far away from you, so you got sizable starting income, and that is where you're headed. You found a ship, and off you go. There's a little bit a little bit of tension between some of the teammates, but I think you guys might grow to like each other. So we're gonna dive in.
Okay, and what did our ship captain look like? We all saw him and met him, right? Did we?
Yep. Your ship captain. Everyone that went. At least you'll be meeting him now. Your ship captain is standard human look. Dark brown hair. He has a scar over on his left cheek. He is. Pulling out. He's standard height, probably 5'11". So taller than some of you, shorter than a lot of you. His deckhand is actually half elven, a dirtier man that seems to be going around the ship, currently kind of tidying up things, pulling ropes around, tying them down, and the captain seems to be looking over a very large map when you come to
Okay, so what are we looking at here on the map? The ship has 3 different decks,
So yeah.
or
so
I guess an underside and a top, and then where the captain stands.
Yeah, so where you're all standing, if you go up the stairs, it would be to your west. That's where you'll get to where the captain is. And then if you go through the middle portion there, you'll go down into the cargo.
I see.
Alright, so.
Alright, we setting sail.
Alright, so, as you set sail, Broderick, as you're all watching, you all get onto the deck, the deckhand, Rabbit, and then does anyone else have any sailing experience besides Broderick?
Oh.
Yeah, I think Revette does, right?
Nope.
Just Rabbit.
Just me.
So, Rabbit, you immediately jump in, helping the deckhand, securing sails, getting ready to lift anchor, and basically kind of pull your way out of there.
Count me in. I'll help. I don't know how, but I'm down.
I point to a rope and you pull on it.
All right.
There's something
That's what
that
we
I
do
can
best.
Where I can't see the water. I want to do something. No water.
You know what? At this, Revette, you notice that Broderick is looking a little pale. He immediately, without helping, goes under into the cargo hole.
Well, that's just pathetic.
I thought he was a captain. What happened to
He
that?
used to be. That's him being a little prissy.
I hope I'm not going to get sick.
Well, I mean, you can go below deck too, if you need.
I'm sure there's something that needs doing down there.
I think I'm fine for now.
I've never been on a big boat like this.
Aye, neither have I. My first time on the water.
Oh, this is quite small, really.
Yeah,
Oh.
and
It's not small, it's huge.
Oh, it's a small boat. Oh,
Yes, it's quite small, actually.
oh, all right.
yeah, it's really like you guys are pretty cramped on this deck already. Like there's not a lot of space between you all, and like between Torga and Tyrion, there's like 5 feet of space.
It's true.
There is a small crow's nest up top, kind of overlooking most where the masts are and everything, kind of overlooking what's going on. If you'd like to chill there.
Well, I don't do well with heights. Someone else is free to take it if you want.
Alright, so you watch as Kree kind of gives a couple flaps of his
Oh,
wings.
there he goes. Oh, of course. I mean, that fits. Makes sense.
He does have wings.
It is called a crow's nest, right? I mean, it's not a crow, but it works.
Close
It's
enough.
not.
Alright. Eventually, between Rabbit, the deckhand, and Targa, you push off from the deck, the captain steering, pulling out from the main deck as, I need Rabbit and Targa. Rabbit, you'll have, advantage on this to make dexterity checks for me.
Oh, why not strength? Can it,
Trap?
whatever,
I'll see.
whatever I'm doing, can this beat strength, or is this like my footing, catching my footing?
This is being able to pull the line just enough so that as to catch the wind and not like, because
Shit.
necessarily strength isn't gonna help you.
Okay, here we go.
Not bad. So Rabbit, you grab the specific sails you need, make sure it catches the wind just right. Torga's not doing quite as well as you are, but she seems to be trying to help setting certain sails. You kind of go out after her and tie them just a little bit more to the left and tie it back down again. And you guys are setting sail. So, this will be a longer journey. Pretty sure last time I said it'll be half a day per square. So, 1, 2. So about 8 days to Irritan.
Okay.
You have 8 days of rations, obviously. I need to know what everyone will be doing.
Well, I don't know what I will be doing.
I don't know what I would be doing either.
I'll mostly keep watch from the crow's nest, but I'll need a shift to sleep.
Okay.
I think Thrick would try to fish.
Alright. Does he have a fishing rod?
No, but he would try to fashion something with like what's available.
Okay, alright. I can get some.
Oh, I have a bone. If you need a snake bone, I don't know if it would make a good rod. It might. I'm not. Well, like, wait, do snakes have bones? How did I get this
Yeah, they
snake
do.
bone?
Yes, they do.
Okay, just checking. I don't know how long it would be. How long would this snake bone be that I have?
Well, I
Oh.
have a quarter staff, so I could just like attach a line and like some worms to it.
There you go.
I mean, that snake was really big. It's
I honestly took it to make some dice, or like some sort of game or something, or I can make some sort of something else out of it. I tinker.
Alright. So yeah, so you're free to spend these 8 days however you would.
8 days,
whether
damn.
that be
Like this.
fashioning.
But
fashioning.
doesn't we need to help? Do we need to help? Yes.
Yeah, and there's shifts where you will be helping. So you have about 8 hours a day kind of free time to yourself. Maybe a little bit less than that. Let's say 6 hours a day free time to you guys yourselves. Other than that, you'll be helping with the ship, kind of paying your way.
So, JK, just
I have a
for
loot.
JK, just for like in-game mechanic reference, this would be considered downtime. So if you want to learn about the certain things that you can do on downtime, look in the player's handbook under like downtime activities in the adventuring section.
Okay.
I didn't think we would get downtime so early, or else I would have like.
I mean, that's
prepared.
Kind of what's happening though. So
I know, yeah. I
Okay.
think Torga would probably try to help out as much as possible on deck, because Aegis is very strong. And just kind of she might use a bunch of her time to buddy around with Rivette on the, like, wherever there needs help for the boat to operate at full capacity.
Yeah.
And try and learn a thing or two, I guess, in the process about sailing.
Okay. So just so everyone's aware, depending on what kind of kits you have, there's things that you can try and make. If you guys want to make spell scrolls, obviously it's a little early in the game for that. You can make spell scrolls. You can try enchanting things. You can try anything like that. Or you can just bum around the deck, try and help out, stuff like that.
Are we gonna be given like instructions if we have to do things?
Yeah, so between Rivette, the deckhand, and the captain, they help you out teaching you how to do things.
So Thrick would attempt to fish with whatever implements he could, like rope and my quarterstaff and stuff like that, and otherwise he would try to help out or sort of sit and meditate over a very large feather.
Okay. So eventually you do catch a couple fish. They cook them at night for dinner. The main thing is that through these 8 days, none of you see Broderick. He is in the cargo hold and has not moved. Still awake, still.
Torgo from time to time would go in and check on him just because. Is he dead?
He's not dead. He seems to be in almost.
Does he
like
need
a
any
trance,
water? Or
meditating.
food? Is people bringing him food?
If you want to, you can.
Yeah, bring him
I'm sure as hell not.
I mean, he seems like a bit of a tosser, but you know, I don't want him to be. I don't want him to die.
Well, that makes one of us.
I guess Torgo will check on him from time to time, just, you know. Not trying to make a huge deal out of it, but at the same time, she has this kind of protector instinct.
So, I found the kits that you can. So, if you have an herbalism kit, you can make antitoxins and potions of healing. If you have leather workers tools, you can make leather armor and boots. If you have smith's tools, you can not really make those because that's a little bit harder to do because you need a smithy for that. If you have weaver's tools, you can make cloaks and robes.
Eventually, kittens, I'm gonna want to tinker kind of like Percy did in the Vox Machina campaign. I just don't think I have really a lot in my inventory to tinker with right now.
Okay.
I was trying to get creative with it, and I just don't have quite enough stuff. So for now, I probably won't tinker on this trip, but...
Anyone want to roll some dice?
Oh, do you have some dice?
I might be able to find a set.
You know, we could try and craft some. I've got the snake bone here. It's quite large. We can maybe make some dice.
Get quite a lot of dice out of that.
Yeah, I think I got a pair in the bottom of my sack somewhere. I'm not too
All
good
right.
at making dice.
I could make dice with those bones.
All right, here you go. I'll hand my snake bone to Thrick.
Okay.
I really like how you make things.
Yeah, so
It's really
lizard
neat.
folk have the cunning artisan racial trait, or they can make things out of basic materials from slain beasts.
That's awesome.
Very cool. Alright, so, Thirk, that takes you a lot of the time making dice, and the rest of you kind of relax, helping out where you can, kind of rotating shifts, sleeping when other people are working, and eventually the 8 days does come to an end, and you are Cree, as you're in the crow's nest, you spot a fairly large city on the coast. It's kind of on its own peninsula, basically, and you can see some large buildings, but it's nothing like grandiose. So, as you make your way into port, everyone's up. Everyone other than
Did anyone
Broderick.
get the captain's name? 8 days on this ship. Do we know his name?
His name is. You're making me flip back to my notes. Thanks for that.
Sorry. I just realized as we're about to get off the boat after 8 days of riding with this dude, like, what the fuck's his name?
And the name of the ship, since we just spent the week on it, you know?
So the captain's name is Biro.
Spell that?
Beiro.
Okay.
The ship's name is, I think I went with the ship's name that's on here, the Far Seeker. And the deckhand's name is Morton.
Cool beans. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, kittens. I just didn't want to get too far away from the ship without knowing the captain's name.
I got you. I'm gonna put this in a more convenient spot for me to find. Is Morton. Okay. I'm trying to keep all of the names in one
Was it-
How did you spell the ship's captain's name?
Beiro.
Captain Biro.
Captain Bureau of the Far Seeker. Alright, so, as you come into dock, you see what looks like a very patchwork city. Some of the buildings are old as shit. Like, buildings that some of you have seen before, kind of in stylistically, they have, they're very, very simple, almost block-like buildings. There's some middle-aged buildings that kind of use some of the old style and the new, and then there's also a new section, but there's also randomly kind of architectured buildings in the middle. It looks like this city was not planned, but kind of just kept growing. And you can see where the old part of the city is and how it got bigger and bigger and bigger.
Okay,
And,
the
like,
city's... The city's name is...
Earton.
Oh, that's right, Earton.
The docks are part of the old part of the city. As you go, instead of wooden docks, they're completely stone. As you pull up, the captain's very careful moving the side of the ship, making sure he doesn't hit any. Some of the dock workers, as you guys throw ropes down, they make sure to tie the ship off. Captain puts anchor down, and you are officially docked at Earton.
Well, that was fun. Can't wait
Right,
to
I
do it
told you.
again.
I told you it would be quite simple to get here.
Aye. It's
Wow,
convenient.
this is so amazing.
Oh, how'd you like the trip? Were you okay below deck?
Well, I was mostly up, but I didn't look at the water, so I was good.
Oh, it's kind of hard at times, huh? When you're surrounded by it.
Yes.
All right,
You'll
well,
get used to it.
thank you.
I don't think so.
Thank you, Captain Biro.
Creed pays off
I
Morton a
appreciate it.
couple silvers that he owes him for gambling last night.
Okay. He takes a couple of silver, gives a tip his hat. I appreciate it. Alright. If you ever need a ship, you know where we're at. We'll be leaving Earton in a few days here.
Well, about how many would you say?
He kind of looks at all of the all of the dock workers coming and taking cargo. At least a few. Gotta spend this money while the getting's good, you know?
Right. Well,
Let's
we might
keep
be
that in
seeing you
mind.
again.
Yeah, you guys did alright, so as long as you're willing to work, I'm willing to provide passage.
Maybe next time I will be working below deck. If there will be next time.
All right. Shall we?
Alright.
Yes.
So you all kind of
Are we leaving him
go
behind?
around the dock. Broderick does come out of his stance or his trance a little bit and does follow you, but he's not really there. He seems to be out of it of sorts, and you watch as his eyes will go
Maybe we should find a tavern.
We should probably find our rooms first.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
Maybe we can leave Broderick there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I need to know who is heading this search for a tavern.
Revette, you've ever been here before?
I don't know the city, but I'll look around. I mean, we're in the dock area. It usually opens up to a market sometimes.
I'm sure we can ask people.
Has Revette ever been
I
here
like
before?
I've been just about everywhere.
All right. Will you help us guide? I'm new here.
Obviously.
All right, let's go.
So what I need is the main person to make an investigation roll with advantage. Whoever is heading this.
I will always help. But
And I will help
Dorga
as
is
well.
not
21.
naive enough to think that she can.
Nice.
Natural 20. So,
Nice.
what was that, Ariana?
I just said nice.
Yeah, it's excellent. That's the. No, never mind. I was gonna say that's the first roll of the session, but it's not.
No. So, Revette, as you go through, you remember a few things about the city. The old part of the city is mostly where the quote-unquote nobles live, but there's not a lot of nobility. There's basically one noble. His name is Lord Mayrus Togan.
You wanna spell that?
Mayras Togan.
Oh my god, spelling is so hard in English.
It's also a fantasy game. Everything is spelt weird.
Also, yeah, this is coming from my brain. So,
Can someone write it down?
Oh yeah.
I've got it in my notes.
as long as someone
I'm
keeps
taking
it.
ample notes this time.
I have notes as well, but I'm really bad at spelling. So.
That's okay.
No problem. You actually know Rabbit. You would have talked to him a little bit. He's a very mild-mannered man. He has pale skin, 2 different colored eyes, and he has very pale gray hair, almost white. He wanders the town really regularly, talking to everyone. One of the nobles that most people don't hate. He collects the bare minimum taxes that are used to run this city, and that's Kitty. It's very much appreciated.
Somebody wants
you guys-
attention.
You guys walk past a cat. The population of Irriton is actually really interesting. It's a mix of mostly half-elves, half-orcs, and tieflings. There's also quite a few humans, halflings. Like, it's the most mixed population of pretty much anywhere you've ever been. It's a lot of people who had nowhere else to go.
You notice gnomes among them?
A few, yeah. That's mostly you see half elves, half orcs, and a few tieflings, but there's a few gnomes. You see a few dwarves. Like, interesting.
So it's really mixed.
So, what was the organization that we're working for?
I'm sorry, what was that?
What was the organization that we're working for? Like, who?
You did not ask.
Oh shit.
Wait, how would we not know that?
That information was
Not asked?
not readily available. It was she did not tell you much of anything other than that there was gold on the table.
So we know only the
that it
person
was-
who hired us, not who she's working for.
Yes.
Out of the
you-
city, like one of the generals or whatever of the city.
Yeah, that's honestly what I assumed as well. But at least we have her name. So at the
Yeah.
moment we're working for Cora from Kala, right? Was that the town?
Yes. Yep.
Okay. So that's at least we know that much.
Yep.
We don't even really know what her title was or anything. Just
Nope.
some
Cora the
half orc.
Yeah, that was information that you could have tried to glean, but that's it was pretty hush hush about who she was working for, and she did say a couple times, my employer, but never specifically who that employer was.
So how did we? Let's rewind a minute. How did we get this? How did we learn about this mission in the first place? Then, if we didn't even know who we were working for.
So it was various rumors that had been spread through taverns. Actually, a really widespread type of rumor. Mostly everyone had learned it from either tavern owners that had been like, "Hey, you want to make coin?" or from different kind of leaders of the city. Hey, it seemed to be a very word of mouth type thing.
I bet they had pamphlets somewhere.
Pamphlets.
Or whatever those called. You hand around.
Yeah, pamphlets. You're right.
Yeah.
But it was, you guys were contacted through, like I said, various tavern owners, any kind of leaders, anyone that had any sort of position to spread rumors. They usually knew, and you guys were the ones, and there was a lot of you that showed up.
Okay.
And she didn't give us a contact in Irritan, did she?
No.
No, she did not.
Yeah, we're here.
They had
We're investigating 10 gnome farmers.
14.
Deaths, right?
14.
14,
Yeah.
okay.
We basically just have to ask around. We're not planning very well for this, I guess, but we basically just have to ask around about the gnomes that died.
was a bitch and didn't tell us anything because that was our job.
Yes.
That was part of the thing, was that she was not willing to give up much information. So, Rivette, as you walk through the city, you go to a tavern that you've been to before. It's not the nicest place, but it's not somewhere you're gonna get stabbed. It's a fair mixture of
It's the perfect amount of seedy.
It's the perfect amount of seedy. It's a smaller place. There's not a lot of people, and you liked the owner last time you met her.
Hell yeah, I did. What's the place called again?
It is called the Hearth's Ashes.
I'm sorry, the what?
The Hearth's Ashes.
Earth's ass.
The Hearth's asses.
Do you mean hearth?
Hearth?
Yeah, the Hearth's. It's. Am I saying
Shit,
it wrong?
I don't know
I have
English
no
anymore.
idea.
Like Hearthstone.
Yeah, I think it's Hearth.
I think it's
Thank
hard
you.
too, kittens.
I think it can be either one because I've heard both.
I think
Well,
so. I
whatever.
just
That's true, I
word
have as
wasn't
well.
Making sense. Okay.
Okay, so the
So
Hearth's
it's hard.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. And as you entered the tavern, you see the tavern owner is the first thing you guys notice. She has coal black skin, pretty much as dark as you could get, almost unnaturally.
Case closed. Let's get drunk.
Where there would be sort of cracks in her skin where maybe a few wrinkles would have set in, they are bright orange. On her
Wait,
head,
cracks in her skin? Are bright
Yeah,
orange?
like-
Wow.
yeah, on her forehead, you can see what looks to be runes that have, you're not sure how they got there, but are also glowing bright orange in her forehead. Where her hair would be, it's less hair and more almost open flame. It's almost at the end, it burns a little bit.
Are these
And as-
common in Irville?
You have never seen someone like this. This is an interesting person. Actually, have any of you made your way to Tresses?
No.
Certainly not.
Nope.
Revette's been like everywhere.
Revette, you made your way to Tresses, but you didn't necessarily see a lot of the city while you were there. That's where you and Broderick had separated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. So I saw the dungeons there.
You're very
You
familiar with
saw
the
the
dungeon,
end.
that's what I was gonna say. Yeah.
Yes.
But I have
Ah.
seen anything like that, kittens.
Nope. This is a very rare type of person.
Can I roll like an intelligence roll to see if I've maybe read about them?
Sure.
What would you like?
Nature.
Nature? Fuck. Well, it's
Yep.
actually not too bad.
So this is the barkeep.
This is the barkeep / tavern owner, yes. Alright. This would be a fire genasi. A half genie. Usually their parents aren't genies, but they were born in a place that is close to either the fire elemental plane, so close to like a portal, or close to somewhere that has a connection to the fire elemental plane. It's possible both of her parents were human while she was in the womb. Kind of elemental magics got in and turned her into a fire genasi.
I communicate some of that to the rest of the team. Like, oh, I think that's a fire genasi. I've read about these before.
Can I approach her?
Yeah, absolutely. And as you all walk in, you hold on. I gotta practice this voice before I do it.
Oh, I'm excited now.
So, hey, how can I help you all? And her voice is very crackly, like it's almost like a fireplace as it pops and cracks as she talks. So, what can I get for you all?
I will sort of hobble up to her and go, 14 dead gnomes. We investigate. There.
We need also rooms.
Oh, alright. Yeah, yeah. So let's settle rooms. Alright, first. Sound good?
Yeah. Let's do it.
Yeah,
So,
what's available?
I have 3 rooms. All of them are unoccupied at the moment. It seems to be there's the voice is coming through now. The rooms are all unoccupied. If you guys would like all 3.
3 rooms sounds good. How much?
Total 6 silver pieces.
Yeah,
So one from
Maybe
everyone.
we can share.
I want a room. I guess I'd have to share.
We need
Alright.
Broderick.
You can share with
put
me if you
Broderick
like.
somewhere.
I'm small. I don't take up much room.
That works.
He's just kind of big, but that's besides the point.
Where do we put Broderick?
In the alleyway?
Oh, come on now.
At least we'll house him at the stable at least.
Well, he looks kind of bad. I think he needs a bed.
He needs a bed now. I'm just gonna lay him down while we do our business.
Well, he can room with someone else. He's not rooming with me.
All right. Well, who
I
is?
can room with you.
There you go. There's your partner.
Excellent.
Yay!
We only have 6 rooms. Or we only have 3 rooms though. So someone's gonna have to triple up.
Yeah, that's not gonna be me.
Rick sleeps outside.
Oh, all right. Well, that's settled then.
Right, so then it's Broderick, Cree, and Torga. Lizard Thrick sleeps outside, and then Jemay and I.
And Aegis. Don't. Oh, Jesus, that's gonna be a
Aegis,
crowded
I'm sorry,
room.
Aegis is included with you. I'm so terribly
Oh yeah, I know,
sorry.
but that's 4 bodies.
Yeah, we don't need 4. We only need 3. It's just me and Torga and Aegis.
He takes up
Well,
room.
then, oh dear.
I guess
He's sleeping
if
with
I
you
had
again.
room-
I mean, you can sleep with Broderick. He's not going to be doing much.
I'm just kidding.
No, I would prefer to sleep with Broderick, I suppose, since he seems to be.
Not gonna ask you
Just
another
ask him, you can
questions.
just slap him.
Really out of
Yeah,
like in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
I would be okay with that. That's basically not even a real person at this point.
Perfect. Let's settle then.
For that to come out so mean.
All
No,
right,
it's
so
fine.
you all put forward your silver pieces.
Yeah.
You get 3
Just
keys.
getting 3.
I put them
just,
on the edge of the counter and slide them cautiously across. I go nowhere near her.
It's just 1 per person. If Broderick's not paying, it's just 1
Yeah.
silver per person.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So, you wanted to talk about the gnomes?
We do, yeah. Aye.
Well, I knew the family pretty well.
Sorry to hear that. Terrible
Yeah.
tragedy.
That'll be helpful though.
They're like a family to me. I ate dinner most nights at their home. Chard, he was the father figure of the place.
You say Char?
Yeah, Chuad. Chad.
Was it like the father, she said?
Was the father figure. I mean, he lived in Ayrton for probably over 60 years, I would say. I knew him really well. And haven't been back to the house yet.
We don't have any type of map, do we?
Well, we're here to find out what happened to him. Anything you can do to lead us on the right path will help.
Honestly, I used to eat dinner with him every night, and I actually went out on a date the night they were murdered, and kind of wish I would have been there.
Where is house?
It's about, and she kind of points. It's about a mile and a half north of here. If you follow the main road, you're gonna follow it until you see probably it looks to be a fairly large gnome home in the distance off to the west. So
I appreciate that. Can you tell us anything more about the incident? We don't know a whole lot.
at this point, she starts pouring herself a drink, as well as the rest of you. Well, I'm gonna need to be fairly drunk for this. All right, this first one's on the house. After that, you're buying me drinks. And she goes. She actually goes over and closes the tavern door.
Oh, is there anybody else in here?
Flips the close sign. There is no one else. Flips the close sign. Kind of shutter up some of the windows. Honestly, I'm not serving anyone after I talk about this. So, she pours the drinks. And as she does, she pours a certain kind of alcohol on top. And as she goes to serve everyone, she clicks her fingers. And the flame bursts up from the drink, and she hands it over and does the same thing to every drink.
Well, I'll be damned.
Dr. Pepper.
Well, now wait until the fire goes out. And as she does, she says that she takes her drink, fire's still there, and drinks it down. I'm a little different. I can drink it while it's on fire.
As much as
All right,
you
because the fire went out.
Yeah, it did.
Timmy tries to
quickly.
blow at the fire, make it.
As soon as the
start,
fire
so-
goes out, Torga just slams it back.
Yep, same here.
Now,
Just leave mine on the counter.
Jimmy just sips at it for a while, but then lays
So-
it down.
Does she lap at it with her tongue? Like a cat?
Yeah.
I ask Kalia, I eyeball Kalia's drink and I say, "Do you mind?"
I slide it over to him. Go for it.
I slide mine over too.
I know, I catch it. Can I catch it? No, I get two. Don't give him all of them.
Yeah, even if I get it, I hand it to you. I split it with you. You gave me a nice drink.
What's it
Drink it, that's okay.
what's it taste like?
it tastes interesting, like cinnamon with a splash of coconut.
Oh my god, that sounds amazing.
I hate coconut.
There you go. So as you look at it, you're like, eh. It's pretty good though. Like,
Oh, that was
and it
delicious.
is fucking strong.
What's
like,
this called?
is I call it a fireball.
Aye,
Oh.
like Wizard's Casts. I like it.
Yeah, right. Kind of the theme of this place is fire.
I noticed your fire genasi. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I don't mean to change the topic. It's very impressive. You're quite pretty. What was your name again?
My name's Scorch. Scorch. SCROTH. Yeah, Scorch. Or at least that's the name I gave myself. And as you're standing next to her skin is hot. Like, you can feel it just sitting a couple feet away from her. Like, she just emanates warmth.
Oh, I'm as far away from her as I can be while still talking to her.
Okay. All right. So I, like I said, I went. This is probably the first time in 3-4 years that I haven't eaten dinner with them since I've owned the place, since I moved here, actually. And they were murdered pretty gruesomely, as far as I was told. I haven't been to the place. I can't. I just can't.
We're originally coming from another town where a similar murder happened. Were their head? Can you tell me anything about them? Like in the previous town we were in, there were just heads nailed to the wall.
Their head? I heard that it was gruesome. No one wanted to specifically tell me, but
Aye. It's all right.
Like I said, I knew Chard and Tira and their 13 little ones.
Oh, there were children involved.
Yeah, they were a really large family. The oldest, I always pronounce it Kira. There's some weird gnome name that I could never get the pronunciation of. She was headed to Tresses, actually. She was gonna be a mage.
Difficult.
And she starts, and this time she pours herself another drink. And she drinks it down. You know how there's godparents? I was those kids as godparents.
Am I allowed to ask what a mage is?
Do you want to? If you okay, you ask.
Yeah, I do.
Well, people that bend arcane magic to their will. They use magic within the earth to I don't really understand how magic works. I know I have innate magic, which means I use arcane magic, I guess, right?
Aye.
And
Wizards and sorcerers.
Like myself.
It's like a general term for people that practice arcane magic.
Okay, yeah, that's gonna be too much information for her, so she's just gonna nod and then.
All right.
all right. But anyway, I was the gonna be the godparents of those kids if anything ever happened to Chard or Talia. I guess there's really no reason to be a godparent now. Right?
Well,
Very sniffling.
well, we're here to help. We're here to figure out who did this and why.
I mean, if you figure it out, kill him, will ya?
We will, and we'll keep you in the loop.
I appreciate it.
Do you know anyone we can talk to find out more information, like the head of the guard or something?
Yeah, the head of the investigation was actually Lord Togan. He keeps up on stuff like that. You'd want to talk to him. But and she goes into just wait here a moment. And she goes into the back, and You hear rustling and a loud, heavy clanging, and she walks out and she's holding a pouch. This is all I have to my name. Just make sure that whoever did this is found, okay?
Of course.
I don't
You have
need
power.
your money.
Says who?
I don't need your money.
Can you show a little respect?
Honestly, just
I'm respecting her wishes. She wants to pay us to help catch the guys. Well, let's do it.
Well, we're gonna catch them one
I
way or
mean-
another.
Yeah, I mean,
promise
maybe
you
money
that.
can help. Don't you know?
Aye. We'll find them. And we'll deal with them.
That's for sure.
I appreciate that more than you know. Honestly,
Go without them.
Alright, well, how do we meet with this, Lord Togan?
his home is in the old district. You guys walked through there. It's in the center. Honestly, you can't fucking miss it.
And can we just go up and knock? Or do we need an appointment?
Yeah. No. All you gotta do is go up and knock. Lord Togan's an interesting one. He'd be more than happy to help you all out.
Right then.
He's a lord. He's captain of the guard. He's an interesting fella. He's a good guy.
Good guys, all I need. Let's go.
Did we
Alright.
not take the money?
I took it if no one else did.
Don't you take it all? I want to share the money.
Oh, if you ask for some, I'll share it. I'm not gonna steal from you, but if no one else is taking it, I'm taking it.
Me too.
Oh, one last question. Can you
Yeah.
point to what kind of shops and such are around in case we need some equipment?
There's a fair number of shops. Mostly the general store. There's a fletchery. There's a smithy. I mean, pretty much anything you're looking for. Not
Right.
much in the magic or anything, but some general stuff.
Well, thank you.
Sounds good.
Alright,
Alright.
well, do you guys want to see if we can go get a meeting with this noble?
Why do we need the authorities when we know where the house is? We're investigating. Who needs to talk to authorities?
In case they know
Sure,
anything, it has
sure.
been 8 days since the murder happened. They could know things that aren't there
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah, I mean, we need to go and ask more questions.
I mean, I think either one makes sense. What do you want to do? We could look at the house first and then go question him, or vice versa. I think either way we should do both.
I think
Should
we
look
should
at the
go
house
talk to-
first.
Yeah.
That way we can have more direct questions to ask.
It's not a bad idea.
Sounds good to me.
Mhm. Yeah.
So, I have someone, or I have a question for someone, or for all of you actually. Who has a passive intelligence over 13? Which would be, it'd be 10 plus your intelligence modifier.
Over what?
Is it the
Thir-
passive
13.
wisdom?
Or 13.
Nope, it'd be intelligence.
I have a 13.
10
10 plus 3.
She said 10 plus the modifier. So yeah, okay.
So, just Torga.
Not me.
Well,
Not me.
my intelligence is 0.
I'm
so
quite
I-
book smart. My wisdom's shite,
10.
but my intelligence is good.
Torga, as you were talking to her, she said 13 kids charred,
Aye.
and
And 2 parents
Frida.
makes 15. Hmm.
So- just wanted to bring that up in case you guys didn't hear me.
I heard it, but I thought it was just a mistake of the tongue, actually.
Oh wait, that's fine. Nope, she did say 15, or she said 15 people. So that's more people.
How many did we think it was?
14. Well, 14
Yeah.
died, which means one of them's still alive. If they only found 14 bodies, someone's missing.
So has Torga realized that then?
Yeah. If I've realized that, can I turn around and go back into the bar if we've left, or if we're already in there? I'm gonna be like, what? Just one more question.
Yeah.
I think if I did my math right, I think there was 15 people overall in the family, according to what you said, right?
Yeah.
2 parents and 13 kids.
Yeah.
Aye. So we heard a report that only 14 gnomes died. Is someone still alive?
And her eyes go wide at this. You're sure?
14 is what we were
Sure.
told. I have no idea. We haven't been to the scene yet.
They told me everyone had died. You're saying?
Well,
if you
There's
if
someone
you
still
can
out there
find
then.
them, if you can find whoever it is, please bring them back here.
of course.
Absolutely.
Anything.
Oh, of course. Promise. Thank you for all your information.
I wish I could help you more.
You've helped enough already. We'll be back
Yes.
when it's time to sleep.
More than enough.
And at this point, she's kind of sitting behind the bar, another drink in her hand, and
Oh,
she looks to be a little broken.
One last thing.
Yeah.
If you need a little bit of company, I mean, he's not going to be much company, but there's a dark elf. There's a drow upstairs. We left him in bed. He's not feeling that well. You could check on him from time to time. Make sure he's still breathing. He might even keep you company and give you a good conversation.
I will
I doubt
keep that in mind.
Shh. All right,
Not
let's go.
What time of day is it?
At this point, it's hitting about dusk.
Us
Alright.
already?
And also, how much gold did we get? And who doesn't want their share?
Torga doesn't want
So, total, it's not, there's a few gold pieces. I say there's about 4 gold pieces in there. But it's mostly silver and copper. There's about 140 silver. There's a lot of copper. There's like 600 copper probably.
So who wants a share?
It doesn't
he-
take it.
I would like a share.
Yeah, I'm taking a share.
Yeah. Me too.
So we're going 4 ways.
4 ways.
We need to calculate this shit.
It's 1 gold, 35 silver, and 150 copper to each person.
How much?
I'll write it in chat.
Thank
Okay.
you.
So, where are you guys headed next?
Okay, we're gonna
I
go.
say we go straight to the house.
Yeah.
It's getting late though.
Well,
So late.
I mean, we should. If we're gonna do the house tonight, we should do it before it gets super dark and we can't see anything.
That's
Or we
why
could-
we should go.
Or we could
first.
do the lord. We could talk to the noble, and then do the house in the morning.
But there's someone still alive out there. That's my only thing.
All right, let's go to the house.
Alright. So following Scorch's directions, you guys make your way to the home. Again, it's probably between a mile and a half walk. As you guys get there, you notice that where there would normally be, liveliness, where livestock would be, where there would be some sort of noise, it is eerily quiet. And as you walk up to the home, the heads had been taken down, but you do count 14 spikes that had been left on the house.
So it's pretty dim here, right?
Yeah, it's pretty dim.
Yeah, I
Cast
can't.
light.
I can't
on my
light them.
staff.
Okay.
Well, I
Okay.
have dark vision, so
And then with the light, it's pretty easy for you guys to see most everything. So are you going to enter the house? What is everyone going to be looking at?
So the spikes Or stakes or something? Are they on the outside of the house like the last one was?
Yes.
Kind of like all up in a line?
Yep,
Alright, and you said the heads have been taken down.
they have.
The stakes are still up?
Yep.
Ew.
Is it just the
go
house? Is there a barn or a shed?
So there is a fairly large gnome home. It's pretty squat, like in terms of how high it is. It's probably, if anyone's over 6 foot tall, you're gonna have issues getting in here.
damn.
You'd have to definitely crouch. There is a small shed, back a ways, probably a good 300 feet, and then there's a large barn, connected to a pasture.
All right, so do we want to
So,
spread out?
so I am 6'1", so
Yeah, I'm 5 foot
Yes.
even, so I can probably go in the house.
I can't go in the house.
And I can go in the house too because I'm 5'2". We can split it up. Tall people do the barn, and some of the shorter ones go in the house.
yeah.
I'll go check out the barn.
Yeah.
Oh, there's
Someone has
Toga.
also
And there's a shed too.
checked
Don't
the
forget.
outside.
There's a barn and a small shed.
Okay. I need everyone to make investigation checks for me.
Oh, nice.
I'm even proficient in investigation. What the shit? Roll a 4.
What did you get, Keith? 7. Okay, so Jermaine, as everyone is looking through barrels, through haystacks, while you're in the barn, you go to the floor and you start moving through the hay that's on the floor until you feel a hatch. It is
Oh, what's
very-
this?
It is not necessarily like a normal hatch. It is very hidden, and the only reason you felt it is because randomly you felt your hand kind of dip inward, where there is a small carving of a handle. It's maybe 2 inches long, and it's basically you take a couple fingers and you lift out the entire board. And as you kind of start sweeping around, you notice that there is a fine line all the way around this. Okay. So
Guys,
we're
I
gonna-
found something.
We're gonna wait on that for a minute and
Mhm.
jump to the other people at the house.
Yep.
Okay, so that would be Kalaya, Kree, and who else? Thurick?
No, I went to the shed.
Okay. So Kalaya and Kree, as you're going through the house, it's fairly standard. It doesn't look. It's a little kind of toss this under. It does look like whoever was in here did try to fight a little bit. There's a few blood stains on the floor, but other than that, you don't find anything that makes you go, yeah, that's interesting. And then Thrick, you said you went to the shed?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're in the shed, you do notice a lot of different kind of farming tools, a lot of different type of kind of grains, and as you're going through, you also find a small latch in the floor of the shed.
Does it open? Can I open it?
So as you open up, you and Jamae both find it about, Jamae usually found it a little bit faster, but you both eventually find the door. As you open it up, down is a dark, not quite staircase, more of a ladder, into this dark pit. How far is your night vision? Dark vision.
I think just 60.
Yeah, 60 feet.
Okay.
A few things were bright light in dim light. Yeah.
Okay. So as
And
you
in darkness, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I got you. As you're looking down, you do see that there's a floor about 30 feet down, and you can see that it looks to be a small tunnel.
I.
There's some kind of tunnel here.
Hey, what should we do? I mean, there are 3 of us. We want to investigate, or should we go see what the others have found?
Just say if we found nothing, I'd start working my way at least outside and trying to see if anyone found anything.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably would too.
Jimei was quite loud when she found the.
Alright.
And she was like, "Yeah, I found something."
So are you guys going in?
I mean-
Rick, are you going into your tunnel?
No, I step
Can
out of
we-
the shed and I like flash my hand in front of my staff to make it like strobe a bit. Kind of
Oh, it looks like
alert
Brooke found
anyone
something.
else.
There's some of you are coming out of the house, maybe, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, we were coming out of the house. Yeah.
Alright, so you do see the strobing light.
Can we
I'd
even in the
head
tunnel?
over to it.
Okay. Rick shows you that he found a small hidden, almost tunnel.
Why don't we let the others know then?
Okay. You eventually all meet up, discuss that you both found, you found a tunnel in the barn and in the shed.
Okay, so what do we want to do? We
How
gotta,
do we fit in?
I mean, we gotta go down. We're gonna have to go down and see what's down there, but
Do we think
Maybe
they're
not
connected?
today.
yeah. Do we want to go both ends and hope it flanks, or should we all just stick together?
Stick together.
I think he's right. Who knows what could be down there?
Safety in numbers.
Can we all fit in? How big is the tunnel?
It is small.
Yeah.
Like getting in, you are all going to have to crawl.
Shite.
So I don't think the guy is going to fit with
Oh,
ages.
I can do it, but that's weird. It's not a action I usually take with Aegis. It might be hard for me. We'll find out.
Mm.
So you all kind of get down into the tunnel. It is small.
I'll
It
go
is-
last because I feel like I'm going to go slower than everyone else. So
Okay.
I'll hold up the caboose.
So who's first in this order?
Can I be first?
Okay, I mean, I'll go
I
right
will, I
behind
have-
her then.
Yeah. I mean, those with dark vision should go first, I think.
Well, I lit up my shield, so I have a light source.
Yeah, I have
Oh,
a
that's
light
right.
source too.
We do.
with my
Yeah, we have
staff.
two.
Okay. So it's Jamae, Kree, Rick, Kalaya, Ravet, and Torga, and Aegis.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. So, as you kind of go in, the tunnel is probably 3 feet tall,
Jesus Christ.
Oh.
and it is a crawl to get through here.
Gnome tunnels.
It is clean. It
I'm
looks
sorry
like
about my
it's
tail.
it looks like it's well maintained. And as it's probably only a 50-foot crawl before you come into a slightly larger chamber. This one is probably about 6 feet tall. That is it's kind of a domed chamber.
Aye.
As you all come out, a lot of you are still hunched over, heads hitting the ceiling.
I have Torga. I have Aegis kneel instead of bending over anytime, because so that I don't fall off the front of him as he bends over.
Yeah. So Aegis is kind of kneeled, and as you look around, you see an altar. It is hastily constructed. made of wood. And on this altar, there are fairly small-looking bones. A lot of blood, and it looks to be hair of different colors interwoven together.
Bone bones.
That's nasty.
On the altar is, well, or underneath the altar is what looks to be a book that had been hastily dropped.
Aye.
And that's all you see.
Yeah, Torga goes for the book. Or how
While
big?
investigate
How big are the
bone.
bones? Yeah, how big are the bones?
About gnome size.
About gnome size.
Ooh.
What I figured.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah.
Can I try to roll to see what kind of ritual took place here?
Yeah, make an Arcana check.
And I'd like to check, like, if I realize, are we moving towards the shed? Are we moving away from the property? Like, which way did the tunnel go, kind of thing?
Okay. So, Thrick, this was less of like a magic ritual and more of a sacrifice. Kree, the tunnels are moving towards. So there are 3 tunnels. The tunnel you went through led towards the house. You can see a tunnel that would lead towards the shed, and another tunnel that would lead towards the house. So like this is like the center, and there's tunnels going to each building.
So there's
And
4 of them
is
because we
there-
just came at. Oh, we came right down on top of the altar, pretty much, right? Only 50 feet.
Yeah, pretty much.
So is there any other tunnels that go somewhere else?
Nope. Just there's one that probably leads to the house, one that would lead to the shed, and one that led to the barn.
Okay, so only 3 then.
So they are connected.
Yes.
Yeah.
This looked to have been someone's kind of safe house until it was less safe.
All right. So what's that book I got?
All right. So as you open the book, what languages do you speak?
I just think I have Dwarven in common. I believe.
You cannot read it.
Let me.
I
just
have
double-
common.
Yeah, that's all I have.
English.
I can't read this book. Does anyone know this language? Here, I'll attempt to pass the book around.
It is. Does anyone read Abyssal?
Nope.
Nope.
Nope. Nope.
Okay, none of you can read.
None of
I
us can
have
read it.
primordial.
I also have primordial.
Nope.
Shit.
Aye.
Well,
anyone-
Well, that looks like something we'll need to hold on to.
Aye.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any
Maybe
like
we can-
spells? I've read before in other books that there's spells that like.
Hang on, I might. Comprehend languages.
Aye.
Um,
I've heard of this spell.
so I've had
I've heard of this spell. It's good to have. Here you go.
quite useful. So I'll cast comprehend languages at 1st level then.
Okay. As you cast it, it doesn't have any material costs, correct?
I'm just double checking now.
I need to be better about that. Like, a lot of spells have material costs.
It does. Give me 1 second to find out what it is.
So, how are we gonna do that then, kittens? Is it like only if it has consumable materials do we need them?
Yeah, exactly. So, like,
Unless
a
you have-
Revivify spell, you have to have a diamond worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Otherwise, does a component pouch or a symbol work?
Yep.
Yeah, like an arcade focus.
Yes.
Okay.
A pinch of soot and salt.
So, yeah,
That's
so you
cheap.
have that.
Right, but and it's not even. I don't think it consumes it. So if you have a spellcasting focus, which I would assume you would,
Yeah.
then you're
arcane
fine. Then you're
focus.
fine.
Yeah.
Then you're fine. Yep. I just, as long as we just need to make sure that there's no, as if there is any components that have a material, so like a gold cost next to them,
A gold
we
costume.
need to have, we need to have those materials, and
Or if it consumes the item.
it doesn't
right,
always
as well?
consume it.
No. But there are spells that will consume, like, I don't know, like an
Yeah.
acorn or something. Are you going to consider ones that consume the item, even if the item doesn't cost gold? Those as
No,
well? Okay.
we'll say that you guys keep up on, what spells you have, but if it has a gold cost next to it, you have to pay at least the gold cost and find someone that's willing to sell you whatever it is.
All right.
Okay.
All right.
Kittens, is this spell like could you cast it using divine magic? Would it be something that I would notice as weird?
Yeah, this would be very weird to you.
I don't even know how to react to all the stuff that's happening right now.
So as you kind of lay down with the ritual, you take the book, and all of a sudden, Revette's eyes, what normal color are your eyes?
Silver.
The silver eyes go purple, as the comprehend language spell casts, and you now read abyssal. So for translation, basically, it is a spell book, a diary, and almost like it's a jumbled mishmash of thoughts that are also a spell book.
So like my notebooks. Okay.
Yeah. As you flip to the more recent pages, as you're flipping through, a lot of it's about sacrifices being made to the god Rakivort.
Spell that.
Raxivort.
Sorry, Rax.
Raxivort.
Got it.
Where is that god from?
I've never heard of this god.
And you guys wouldn't. It is there. So the gods of creation that you guys are the main pantheon. There are a lot of lesser gods, a lot of gods that weren't part of the betrayer gods of creation god. There's a lot. This one is actually, I would like Rabbit to make a religion check. Right, Minnie?
Yeah, I was just finding the button.
Damn.
Natural 20.
There were some guys on her ship that used to worship this motherfucker. Some of the scummier, shadier looking characters.
Let me flip to my page here. So most of the information that you're going to have to go, and you realize that you're going to have to go to a library to find out a lot of the information. But Rakivort, or however you say, he once served one of the betrayer gods, the goddess of darkness. What was her name? Oh my god. Narare. He once served her as the lieutenant and treasurer. After centuries of looking over her treasure, and this is while they were still on the material plane, he stole them all. And one of these was a crystalline shard. And this shard was imbued with enough kind of godly essence that when it was attuned, he ascended to godhood. A lesser god, but a god nonetheless. He went and kind of hid himself into the plane of pandemonium, which is, where he kind of enjoyed his new divine form, but only for a little while, until Narare sought her vengeance, and he was pushed back through the plains, never able to materialize. He basically went through, and while he was on the plains, would cut himself, and where he bled onto the plains, duplicates of himself would be made. They were not godly. They were very minuscule creatures, not a lot of intelligence to them. And while he hid from Narare, that these duplicates kind of helped hide him.
Decoys.
Basically. Yeah, basically decoys. and until all of them are killed, he can't be found.
Well, that's a lot of information.
And
Still right. Hang on.
okay.
Okay, go.
If you go to a library, you might be able to find out more on what this may be, but that's kind of the information that you have. And it seems that whoever had this book, this spell book, would have been a devotee of Rakvot.
I'm kind of a little embarrassed. I didn't realize it was a spell book and a journal. I have something like that in my possession. You would have thought I would look at the little symbols and stuff. Anyway, that's a lot of information.
It's all in abyssal.
It is quite a lot. It's lucky I've known a few sailors who are these kinds of assholes.
We should search the house for handwriting. Compare with journal.
He's got to.
Sounds a good idea.
Okay. So, as you guys go up the tunnel.
So is there anything else? Is there anything else down here though? It's just like the.
Make a perception check.
Perception is not great. Not bad.
14. There is a lot of small, kind of hidden doorways, and as you go by, you run your hand across the wall, and you feel a plate depress. And as it does, part of the wall opens, and you see a little girl sitting in the secret doorway. She has a few loaves of bread with her, and she is currently fast asleep, whether that is unconscious or what. She is just there.
Is she injured at all? Can we see that?
She does not look to be injured, but she looks very malnutritioned. It looks like, other than the little tiny loaf of bread that's probably about the size of her hand left, she is not eating a lot.
Aye, Threk, you want to come get?
Shit, we need
Look,
we need
I
to-
found someone. Come check her out. Make sure she's okay. I don't know much about medicine.
Shouldn't we wake her up first so the first thing she sees is not a lizard man?
Well,
Maybe she likes cats.
maybe.
That's
I
one
might-
of the least frightening things in our party right now.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, we're a motley crew.
Can I search the chamber for any more of these buttons?
I mean, I'm a goddamn demon. I'd rather a cat woke her up.
Okay.
But don't we have a human? In
Yeah,
the group?
Kalaya is human.
Yeah,
Maybe-
that's
Maybe you should wake her up. You're the least scary looking.
Am I the
You
least
don't
scary
have
looking
Furo.
kitten?
I
you
don't know.
have Furo.
It's not that
You
bad,
don't
right?
have
It's just
to-
Aegis.
yeah, I can't really get off of Aegis though, so he's gonna be
Yeah.
staring her in the face if I wake her up.
Yeah.
Kalaya's a little scary. She always seems to have this kind of cloak of shadow resting around her almost constantly. It's a
Like
slightly
a resting
creepy.
bitch face.
Yeah,
Well-
resting bitch face, like
All right.
I'm
Is there
friendly.
an invitation to wake her up from a distance?
I think Jamae can do it. Fine. I'll stand a little bit away so that I mean, I have an inviting
I'll
voice.
stand a couple.
I feel like I'm going to scare her regardless.
I'll
Okay.
stand a couple feet back. My shield's lit up. Spread some light in the room.
I will wake the child up. Really, really gently.
Okay. Before we get to that, Thrick, as you walk the wall, you find 14 more of these little tiny doors with depression plates. This looked to have
14?
been someone that was plus the other one is 15.
All right.
Someone was a paranoid motherfucker. As you so Jamae, as you walk forward and kind of tap the child or tap the girl lightly, her eyes open, and it is interesting as she kind of tries to back up. You notice one of her hands come forward, and she starts drawing a symbol in the air.
Don't be scared.
She's not really listening.
Oh, no.
I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
And I'm yelling. I yell
I
at
just
Scorch
click that?
Center.
Do I just click dexterity?
In the saving throw box.
In the saving throw
Okay,
box,
yeah.
Yeah, as she's casting, I'm yelling at Scorch Center.
So, as she goes to cast, you immediately go and grab her hand out of the casting before she can. This was before she could basically finish the casting. You knock it away. The spell kind of fizzles out, and she looks towards Kree. Scorch sent you?
Aye.
She's okay?
She
Yes.
is. She's very worried about you.
Is everyone else dead?
Yes.
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Dad told me to come down here, told all of us, and I was the only one that made it. But if Scorch is, could you take me to her, please?
We can.
Of course.
Aye. Do you know who did this? Did you get a look at them?
We can talk about that in the morning. I think
This poor child needs some rest. She needs some good
she
food.
needs rest,
Aye.
she needs food, water.
He was
course.
blue.
It's blue.
Yeah, that's
Right.
all I remember. He was blue.
Thank you. It's helpful.
Did he make altar?
I think so. I'd already hidden myself in here for all of that, but I heard it.
And why did everyone else die?
I was too scared to help them.
You were the only one that hid?
I hid in the wall, like we were supposed to.
Question is, why didn't everyone else?
They didn't make it. I was the first one. I was already
So-
down here.
Clearly, when we did this was quick, because catching 14 gnomes is difficult.
Aye, there had to be a lot of them.
Mm.
Or some strong magic.
Well, whatever it was, we can figure it out in the morning. This poor thing needs some rest.
I agree.
Agreed. I let go of her hand. I'm still holding it.
Thank you.
Aye, come with us. You'll be safe.
She kind of
We
nods.
promise.
Okay. And it seems like she was one of the older children. You're not sure specifically which one. But as you kind of lead her out of, or which tunnel are you taking?
I was gonna say
The
we
way
should.
we came?
The way
back
we
to
came,
the
because
barn,
maybe,
yeah.
maybe not the house tunnel if there was fighting and blood inside the house, so maybe not that one.
Well, are we sure? Are we sure we don't want to check out a couple of these other tunnels? Maybe there would be clues.
Do we want to do that while we still have the girl, or do we want to bring her back and then
Well,
investigate further?
Someone can take her out the safe path that we know. Kree, you want to come with me? We'll just take another path out through the house or something.
I can take the girl.
Yep,
And
I'll look around.
Worst case scenario, we run into something and we can yell for help. Let's just make sure there's no more like. What if one of them actually got injured or something and died and down here in the tunnels and we could?
Torgo, there were 14 stakes.
No. I mean one of the bad guys. What if one of them died down here
Oh!
and we
Oh.
could find their body or something? Who knows? So we should check the other tunnels.
True.
Okay.
But I will take child.
Aye, yeah. Take her up to the surface.
I'm gonna hand the little girl like a piece of dried meat or something, and then I'm gonna head to the house.
Okay, she takes it hesitantly and kind of nods. Jimmy, as you kind of, are you carrying her up or are you just having her follow?
I can take her as a with piggyback, right?
Okay. So,
Hey, it's a piggyback party.
she is very weak. As you lift her, she has almost like no strength to any of her limbs. She has been down here for a long time, like days and days and days. Kind of too scared to move type. And as you climb up, she holds on to you, and you do notice that she falls asleep on your back as you kind of climb.
So cute.
All right. So the rest of you are in the house. What are you looking for?
Well, Thrick was gonna take the tunnel to what?
The house.
The house. So
Okay.
then Kree and I take the tunnel towards the shed then? So sweep both tunnels?
Okay. As you Thrick, as you go towards the tunnel of the house, you notice there are quite a few giant rat bodies that have been killed. There's a down here. There is a lot of blood, and it looks to be scorch marks all over the wall.
What's the quality of these rat bodies? Are they like desiccated?
It looks like they are burned. Like they were not well maintained before, but they were burned alive.
Like how long have they been on here?
Probably around 10 days. 8 to 10 days.
I'm gonna take one and then continue on.
Okay. You notice there's and it's really big though. Like a giant rat is.
No, she did say giant rat. I don't know.
Yeah,
how
it's
it
a
goes.
giant rat.
Can I take like half of one? I just wanted the bones.
Okay. Nope, giant rat, still a small beast. You can carry the whole thing.
Okay.
All right. So as you're carrying it, you also notice a giant bat, or a few giant bats, also burned alive.
Okay. I'll keep going.
As you go up through the main hatch, you see what everyone else saw: the blood, the kind of everything is thrown everywhere.
Okay, I'm looking specifically for examples of handwriting.
Okay, make an investigation check. You find a few examples, kind of in various letters. They seem to be from Chard, the father figure. It's not the same handwriting as the spellbook.
Okay. That's all I really cared about.
All right.
Did Kree and I find anything?
You went to the shed.
Yeah, we took the tunnel to the shed.
You don't really find anything in that tunnel. It seems like the tunnel from the house to the secret basement is what
Ready?
was really used.
What's in the shed when we come out of it?
Various like farming tools, some different types of grains, stuff that you would store in a shed if you had a farm.
Do they have any? No. Yeah. Are there any empty bottles by chance in the shed?
Maybe like one.
Like small containers or anything? Like bottles, flasks, vials.
Maybe like one bottle.
Okay.
Any gold gems?
I'm gonna snatch up that bottle.
No, nothing like that.
Can I look at the footprints around the house?
Okay, make a survival check. Yeah, you don't really see anything. It's been too long.
Alright. So we meet up outside the house?
Yep. As you all meet up, you notice that the girl is sleeping on Janae's back.
That's adorable.
As we all sort of meet up, I pull a giant burnt rat out of my pouch.
Oh, where did you find that? That's
Why
disgusting.
did you take? Why did you take that with you?
Burnt rats, burnt bats in tunnel.
Burnt.
Rats and bats.
Scorched.
I wonder who
That's
did that.
weird.
Right?
Was it the gnomes or the enemy?
Or was it someone completely unrelated?
That fire lady from tavern.
She said she hadn't been here.
Maybe she's an inside person.
She lied.
Mm.
Possibility. Then we're bringing... Oh, dear. If she was the one to do this, then we're bringing the child right to her.
Aye.
The girl seemed to like the idea of going to Scorch, but she could have been fooled too.
Aye.
She said the skin was blue, or whatever she saw was blue.
Yeah, she wasn't blue.
Yeah, you wouldn't mistake that for blue even in a panic.
Yeah. Or
But fires can be
anywhere.
blue. It could have been
That is
black.
Plus, it was a lot
Fire
of
magic
no
common.
one.
What are common?
Fire magic.
Aye.
It is quite common, really.
It's true.
Well, let's head to the tavern.
I don't know if
It's
we
our best
have...
bet now.
I was gonna say I don't know if we have any other options. At the moment, I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not very good at telling when people are lying, so maybe we should give her some questions when we get there. Kind of
That's a
pick
good
at her
idea.
a little bit, and those of you that are maybe better at it than me, see if she's full of shite.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay. So, as you all head towards the tavern, you notice it's definitely starting to get dark. The streets are a lot quieter. It seems like this is definitely a daytime town. As you walk through, you make your way to the tavern. The door is shut. As you kind of push it open, there is a passed out Scorch, an empty bottle laying next to her, and probably 6 or 7 glasses kind of stacked up by her.
Oh.
Hey, wake up!
Shh, you wake the kid.
So as you yell that, the little girl does kind of rouse a little bit, and you see Scorch, her kind of flaming hair, not necessarily touching anything or falling down, just kind of perpetually, kind of like it's wind almost, perpetually flickering behind her, as she kind of grabs her head and lifts her head as she sees you all. Good to see you all.
We brought you
Sorry,
something.
darling.
We found someone.
And at this, she kind of sobers up a little. And she, as soon as she sees the little girl, she runs over and kind of grabs her and holds her and kind of takes her from Jamae. And just drunkenly, yet kind of sobering up, just is kind of rocking back and forth with the little girl.
And I'm assuming this looks genuine.
Make an insight check. It looks pretty genuine. Like,
Yeah, it's an 8. I'm sure that's a fail.
you can see the tears kind of that are coming out of her eyes keep evaporating.
More than one person make an insight check?
Yeah, if you'd like.
Yeah, I would like to make one as well.
One, so I don't know if that'll make a difference.
What'd you get?
Yeah, 16 and a 17.
16 and a 17? Alright. So, Kalai and Jamae, while it does look genuine, you notice on her right wrist, as she's kind of holding the girl, there is a tattoo of a dagger with a snake curled around it.
16. Okay.
That's an interesting.
I wouldn't know what that means.
You would not know. Jamae, I don't know if you would know what that means either.
Doubtfully.
But
I doubt I know.
Leave it up to an intelligence roll.
no, this is. It's unless they wouldn't have heard of it. Like there even a natural 20. Like you can't know something.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Would I know what that symbol is?
If they tell you about it.
No, I mean, coming from where I come from. What's it called?
Corvania?
Codena. Yeah, would I know what that symbol is?
Possibly, but you didn't see it, did you?
That's true. I did not see it.
Well,
I knew there was something I was waiting for.
I could say out loud, that's an interesting tattoo. I don't know if it's a good idea to say that in a
Do you?
situation like this. I don't know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would make a
Jimei
comment.
says that's an interesting tattoo.
At this, she kind of looks up to you. You could say that. And she's just kind of putting her fingers there.
So is there anything I can roll to see if I know what this is?
So being from Codena,
I am sheltered. I did kind of live a sheltered life, but I tried to read as much as I could.
I would say make an or a history check.
I'm proficient in history. Really?
Proficient.
I rolled a 7.
You do not know what this is.
Damn it.
I would say that
This-
possibly Revette
what I was
would
gonna
know
say.
what this is. Possibly
What am I rolling?
history.
Me and Rivette. Roderick.
Nope.
Yeah.
Damn it.
And Roderick's passed
He just
out.
had to be passed out.
So you guys.
Useless.
Can
Drow.
I draw that symbol? I want to draw that symbol in my journal. I
Okay.
just take it out and I kind of doodle it down a little bit. It's interesting.
Okay, you do. All right. But eventually she is. She kind of takes the girl kind of to the back, where her room is, and lays her down.
Do we want to leave
Do
her?
we
Do we
allow
want to leave them alone together?
I don't know. She was hiding the tattoo.
I don't know anything.
I feel
about
like
the tattoo.
I smell something fishy. And it's
Did we ever
not
figure out
just
what
the
the tattoo
sea air.
meant?
No,
No.
we didn't. None of us know what it means.
But Jimei saw that it was. She tried to hid it. Hide it something.
Jimei, you're kind of sneaky, eh? Can you go up there and
Yes.
listen to the door?
Well, I doubt she would say anything.
I can do it.
I can do it as well, but I mean,
Something feels off. I don't know if we want to leave her in there alone with her.
so
I
I can
didn't.
go to the door, stealthily, sneaky sneak.
All right, make a stealth check. Okay. So as you kind of sneak up to the door, you press your ear in, and it sounds like the Scorch is getting a glass of water to give to the little girl and kind of helping her drink it. And Scorch starts singing kind of a lullaby in her kind of broken, not necessarily broken, but very harsh speech, her very kind of harsh voice. It's still comforting. And the little girl kind of stops her and just kind of you can hear some shuffling as the little girl kind of lays down. I'm gonna go to bed now. And Scorch sits there for a moment, not really saying anything.
While that's going down, I'm gonna go over to Rivette and Thrick. And I'm gonna be like, do you guys know any magic for like telling the truth or anything? Is there any spells that we could maybe like? I've read about them before, like truth-telling spells.
There are
Just in case.
spells. There are spells like that, but unfortunately, I don't know any.
Neither do I.
Alright, so, I mean, worst case scenario, right? She isn't who she says she is. What do we do then?
Kill her.
Maybe not kill her right away. That seems a little drastic. She might know more about what's going on.
Yeah, and then we'd be stuck with the little girl to take care of. Why not let it find out first?
So if I don't hear anything else from the door, I come back to the others.
Okay. And eventually, Scorch does come out of the main bedroom and kind of throws the empty alcohol bottle away and kind of gathers up the glasses, kind of cleans up after herself.
So what's her name?
Do you remember the little mage I was telling you about?
Aye.
That's her.
Aye. What was her name?
Kalia. At least that's Scorch's Scorch's pronunciation of the very complicated gnome name that she has.
Is it spelled like somebody in our party?
That's Kalia. Kalia is different.
Okay.
But without the H.
Yeah, basically. Actually, it's EA versus IA.
Kalia.
See, these are things that I don't notice when I make names, by the way, and I'm like, oh, making up random names.
So how old is she?
Not very old. I don't know specific ages. Gnomes, they age weird. She's not in adulthood
When
yet.
she says she doesn't know specific ages, I look around at other people. Because this bitch earlier said that she was supposed to be these kids' godmothers, and she doesn't know their ages. But I'm not gonna make a scene of it, but I look around to see if I can catch anybody else's gaze on that one.
I'm sure Jemay notices it as well. Do I need to do a roll?
I'm just gonna cock my brow and not say anything.
Yeah, I'm not going to say anything else, but I acknowledge it.
Is she one of the older ones? She seems like she handled the situation quite well.
Yeah, she's the eldest.
Do you happen to know anything about a system of tunnels?
Nope. Actually, I don't know anything about tunnels.
Alright, I'm rolling an insight check, even though this could be bad.
Go ahead. She seems to be telling the truth. Like, she seems truthful so far.
There's a bunch of safety tunnels or something underneath the house. Led to a weird shrine. It looks like someone's been doing some rituals
The
or something.
shrine was made by the enemy, I think.
It doesn't surprise me that Shard would have safety tunnels. Honestly, it's
What was he afraid of?
Oh well, he was in his older years. He'd been settled down here for about the past 60, but I think he was a little bit older than that. He used to be an adventurer, adventuring type, maybe a mercenary. He talked about his past a little bit, but he was a little paranoid about those sorts of things. Knew any.
Had he been more paranoid recently?
Not recently, I don't think. Not that I noticed anyway. He was always like that. He knew the kind of bad things that could happen in the world, and
Are there cults in area?
not that I know of. Lord Dagon's really good about keeping out those sorts of riffraff. We're pretty normal here, honestly. I'm the weirdest, honestly, but that's because I'm a fire genasi, not,
No, weird is relative.
So maybe we should go to bed and in the morning continue and go to talk to this lord.
I agree. We need to talk to him about this. We didn't get a
Indeed.
whole lot from the house other than Galea.
Well, I think saving a child is
Well, I meant for the investigation, of course. Saving her life is
True.
amazing. I'm glad she's safe, but as far as the investigation goes, we didn't really get a whole lot.
Yeah.
We got
There
that book.
wasn't. The book and well, the shrine is something.
You guys
The
have
book-
not. Ravette, you have not read through the entire book yet. You just skimmed through it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you guys head up to bed.
Going to bed? Alright.
Jimmy and Ravet were sharing a room, wasn't it?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I stay awake for the... Can I, like, delay my sleep? Oh, no, before I go to bed, I pull Thrick aside and try to, like, get a little sidebar with Thrick.
Okay.
Thrick, where are you sleeping, sir?
Alleyway, next to tavern.
Is there a way you could, maybe, like, keep an eye on the door or something? Like, shift your sleeping to be somewhere you can keep an eye on the front door just in case she wants to get away or something? I mean, I think she seems alright, but, you know.
I don't trust her either. I was going to do this.
Right.
Is there a back door?
As you kind of walk around the building, no, there seems to be only one door, a few windows.
Okay. I guess Torga will go up to bed then.
Yeah, I'll sleep like next to the building, but actually I'll try and like go across the street from the building.
Okay.
See if I can find like an alleyway or like a little nook I can sleep in.
All right, sounds good. And then everyone else goes up to bed. As you guys.
Is this okay? So the upstairs is it okay? Was her room upstairs? The room she took the girl to?
No, the main bedroom is downstairs.
Downstairs. Damn it. Okay, never mind.
So you all. So there's 3 doors. You each take a door. There's also sort of a kind of closet, like a small door where the like washroom and everything is.
Is Roderick okay?
Kalaya. So as you all go to sleep, we'll get into that. Kalaya, as you all go to sleep, Kalaya, what's your passive perception for me?
Darn. Not great. My passive perception, a 10.
Okay. You don't notice anything really, and you have a very deep sleep. You check on Broderick, and he seems to still be in the same trance, not really paying attention.
All right. Can we take this opportunity to take a quick break?
Absolutely.
Like 10 minutes or so?
10 minutes? Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
Alrighty. See you then.
Bedtime.
Alright, guys. We're going to take a quick, like, 10-15 minute break, and then we will be back at the story in a little bit. See you then.
Smoke weed every day. Case closed. Let's get drunk.
Alright, I am back. I am back. Get over to this screen. Thank you for waiting through the break here. I'm gonna jump back into the voice chat. I don't know who all's back from the break, but alright, I am back.
And you are alone.
Break here. So alone. Serious heartaches. I was gonna have Aegis carry her at one point. It's not like it would strain him at any. Man, I can't wait to be a higher level.
At least level 3.
I know, right? I just
This
need spells.
session needs fighting.
Yeah, 3 at least I'll get my board school. That'll help.
So I'm trying to make some sandwiches for myself. So
Yeah, take your time.
I don't know.
That sounds so good.
You guys should know that if I'm making a story, it's gonna be at least a little sad.
I'm
Damn
already.
it.
I'm already so. I'm crying. So adorable.
You broke JK, kittens, damn it.
I'm sorry.
It was so adorable.
I'm struggling so much with all this magic. You have no idea.
How visibly shaken does your character get? Like, would it be noticeable? Anytime someone casts a spell?
Shaken, but basically I'm just like, what the fuck?
Doesn't
I'm trying not to be that way.
I mean, I've only ever cast light in front of her.
I've cast a lot.
Yeah.
I can't cast
Is it
anything.
magic in general or a
Sounds
specific
like-
type of magic?
Seems like
To be
it's
announced.
specific.
Like technically, like in game, I don't know, but out of game, it is a very specific type of magic.
Well, you don't have to worry about me for a little while. I'm dying to get some magic. Oh, I'm a fucking Eldritch Knight. I don't get spells till level 3. So for now,
Oh,
I'll just whack things.
Yeah, I've cast a couple of divine magic spells. Have those freaked her out?
No.
She's down with Jesus.
Jesus magic.
She's down with Jesus magic.
Jesus saves. Jesus saves.
Jesus. That Jesus magic.
Kriya's Pastafarian.
Let me know when everyone's ready, by the way.
You can start. I will do my bread here and talk when necessary.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, hold on. Let me finish eating this pizza roll and we can go.
Are you back in college?
I'm good as long as I don't have to roll a die for the next 2 minutes. I'm outside while I'm talking to you guys.
Well, we have to go talk to this noble guy first anyway.
Okay. So
Roll for
you
walking.
all, yeah, you all wake up.
Critical fail.
Fall flat on your face.
It's about early to mid morning.
Oh, excuse me.
Um,
By the way, welcome back, everyone.
what's what?
Can I check on the child?
Absolutely. As you go downstairs, her and Scorch already seem to be awake. And they have a small plate of what looks to be pancakes.
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 Could you eat pancakes? They do now.
Do you have any more? I want some pancakes.
Yeah, absolutely. I have I can make them up real quick if you guys are all interested.
How much would they cost?
Trust me, they're free. And she kind of looks towards Zero.
Oh, free. Well, make
Breakfast
me
would be
some.
nice.
Make me a few.
Oh,
I'll take a
love
plate
pancakes.
and a light ale.
she ends up making breakfast for everyone. Stacks of pancakes. Hands out some breakfast ale.
Hey,
you guys all eat.
As we're sitting there, at one point I look over at Kree and I like the way you drink. From morning until night. Aye, and like if we're not within actual clinking toasting distance, I'll at least raise it up in the air and take a drink.
I feel like if he didn't have to sleep, he'd continue drinking.
So would I.
That we sound.
I may not be your stereotypical dwarf, but that's one thing about me that is. I love me ale.
Alright, so you all eventually finish your breakfast ale, and are headed to Lord Torgan's place, right?
Yep.
The walk there is not very far. You follow Scorch's directions, and you come to a slightly mismatched building. It looks at one point partially it had been destroyed and then reconstructed in a different style. It's not like a manor, but it is a nice home. It's made of the kind of older style brick sort of squat building type.
It's bigger than the normal buildings. Like how much bigger?
Compared
Is it like
to
the biggest?
Tavern,
Yeah.
it's not the biggest. It's a little bit bigger than Scorch's Tavern.
Oh damn! I so badly wanted to make a maybe he's compensating for something joke, but damn.
Oh, you'll make one of those eventually. Don't worry about it.
Probably about my character.
Or Broderick.
Or Broderick.
Yeah. Well,
Alright, so is there a gate? With like guards?
No, there's not. There
So we
seems to be
don't-
a few city guards kind of walking through the city, but no specific guard.
so we
This could
just
be
go up to the
anyone's
house. Just go up to the house and knock.
Alright.
Up we go.
As you knock on the door, a elderly woman actually answers. She has kind of darker brown skin. Her hair is going gray. And she opens the door and kind of gives a smile. Welcome to my home. It is good to meet you all. How can I help you?
What was the Lord's name? Lord
Togan.
Togan. Is Lord Togan here?
Yes. He's fairly busy at the moment, but come in. He'll only be a minute. He wants to talk to you. So come on. And she kind of brings you in. It's not an extravagant home. It's kind of mid-tier. Like, it's all very nice, very well kept, but there's no expensive artwork or there's no like expensive.
So it's not like a douchebag noble.
Exactly. Like the noble houses any of you would have seen are always ostentatious. There's servants everywhere. As you come in, you come to what looks to be like a small living area that has comfortable couches, but they're obviously like hand stitched, and so like the fact that he has couches, he obviously lives well, but it's not like crazy ostentatious. So she has you sit. Probably
I'll
about
stand.
5. Okay. About 5-10 minutes go by, and she's kind of talking to all of you, learning about asking.
Does
you
he have
kind of who you
bookcases?
are.
Are there bookcases? I'm just gonna look at the books. That's all. While I wait.
She
Okay.
may sits on the sofa and says, "Sorry
Cleans
about
herself.
the fur.
That's
Sorry about the fur.
So it's,
It
she's
sticks
a
to
real cat.
everywhere. It sticks to everywhere."
Oh my god, what is the name of the cat people? I keep wanting to say
Tabaxi.
Khajiit, but that's the-
Tabaxi.
Tabaxi. I think I said Khajiit earlier.
You did.
It's fine.
Yeah,
That's not
it's
a
okay.
problem. Honey. You're not the only Tabaxi to live in this city or come visit, as a matter of fact. So
Oh,
don't worry too much about it. Alright.
I'm just ruffling my feathers because they more than likely haven't seen me.
Eventually she kind of she smiles at that, And so what brings you all here?
Well,
Gnomes.
aye, we're investigating the gnome deaths. Trying to figure out who done it.
Nasty business that I just.
Aye. Well,
I knew
good news.
child.
Good news is one of them made it out alive. One of the kids is still fine. So, silver lining.
What?
Aye.
That's. I thought all the kids had died.
One of them survived. We found them. We found her.
That's fantastic news. Lord Togan, he will be very happy to hear that. Such business is very sad.
Is she speaking the
especially in our
truth?
city. Make an insight check.
Welcome to insight checks. Anytime you want to see if a character's lying, nat 20.
There you go.
Oh,
Boom.
damn.
So, as you are talking to her, she seems
Kittens.
pretty genuine.
Kittens.
Um,
Just for
what?
future reference, I did make a whispers channel. So if there are ever like, whisper in the ear type stuff,
alright.
you
Yeah.
can drag whoever you want to whisper to into the channel. It'll temporarily fuck up the little Discord thing in OBS, but whatever. So that is available.
Okay.
But anyway, go ahead.
She seems pretty genuine. As you're kind of looking at her, she seems to be, confused. But genuine as she's happy that one of them lived.
Well, that's good.
I'm just flipping through books.
Sorry, I'm eating pizza rolls too.
Oh, that's fine.
No worries.
Eventually,
Amazing.
after about 5-10 minutes, you notice a very pale-skinned man, light gray hair. He has 2 different color eyes, and he is pale. Like he hasn't been out in the sun in a while. He kind of walks out. Well, welcome to my home. I see I have visitors, and you notice a kind of blue-skinned tiefling walk out, and she just smiles and waves and walks
Shit.
out.
Blue skin.
So that's the noble. That's the lord then. Wait, what?
No, a blue-skinned tiefling that had been talking to him walks out and exits the house as the lord with the pale skin greets you all.
So there's a blue skin tiefling in town.
There are a few.
Well, shit.
We're not all demon looking. That's rather racist.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
Hello there, Mr. Togan, Lord Togan. It's a pleasure to meet you. My name's Torga Ironfist, and me and my group of friends here are we're investigating the murders of the gnome family.
Yes, I had received a missive about something of the sort that there'd been a couple different murders, and that they didn't say who they were, but they would be sending people to investigate.
Right.
Couple is an understatement.
Yeah, I
And
guess
that's
that.
Here we are.
Wow. It's good to have help. Honestly, we're kind of stuck.
Oh, shite! Oh, I'm so sorry. I forgot something outside. Give me 1 second. And Torga just takes off towards the front door.
Okay. We have good news.
I'm going outside, and I just want to look to see which direction that blue tiefling went.
Make a perception check.
Where is my Oh, man. It's not that great. 11.
She got lost. She is lost in
Shite.
the crowd somewhere.
Alright. I will I will I will pull that empty glass bottle out of my pouch, out of my pack, and when I walk back in, I'll have it in her hand. Oh, sorry, I dropped it outside. It's a very special bottle to me. And just like slip it back in my pack.
Okay. So
Good news.
anyway, you can call me Maris. But what did you have to talk to me about?
We found one of the gnomes alive. One of the children.
That they were all murdered. That
Nope.
One made it out.
Yes, and we found her.
and he looks extremely confused. That doesn't make any sense. They were all 14 of them were dead.
There were 15. 13 children and the parents.
Oh. I guess they had a kid we didn't know about. Very odd.
How can you not know about
Why
another
is that
child?
odd?
I make it a habit to know everyone who lives here. It's
That's why I'm thinking, why did you not know?
I honestly don't know. Huh. And he kind of looks over to the
Insight.
older lady.
Yeah, please, somebody do it.
Okay, make an insight check.
Oh, Dad.
He is honestly
less than people.
extremely confused.
Okay. So, nothing foul going on?
Not as far as you're aware.
Yeah.
So the lord of the city doesn't know, and yet the tavern owner knows that there were 15 of them.
Well, to
This
be
is
fair,
interesting.
Scorch would be the one to know them the best. She was adopted into that family a couple years ago.
Yes,
mean,
she gave us the story. It's odd.
I mean, it's possible that, I mean, 12, 13 kids, that's a lot. I could be wrong. They could have had a babe that I just didn't know about. It's possible.
Well, gnomes are very small, so you could.
But one of the heads on the outside, were any of them an infant?
I mean, they were all pretty small, but one of them was small enough to be an infant, I would say.
All right.
That's sad.
Yes, it was gruesome to say the least. I have learned that I will have to at least take better kind of inclination of who's living on the outskirts of the city, I suppose.
So, when you
Are there
came,
any cults in the area?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm head of the city guard, and I make sure to try and keep that out, but you know how those undertypes are.
And
They're
who is
slippery.
this head of the city guard?
Me, I am head of the
Aye.
city.
and the mayor,
Well, damn, that's impressive.
a lot of power for one person to have.
So why do you do everything here?
Well, there's no one better to do it, I suppose. I was
makes sense.
head of this. I was head of the city guard in my youth. Climbed
Trust
with
no
the-
one but yourself.
The past lord was pretty corrupt, and I led a campaign against him, and I was voted in as well.
Cree, are you making an intelligence check for something?
I must have hit it by mistake. I'm actually, while we're doing this, and I'm not the biggest help at these things, I was filling in my sheet.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, you failed whatever intelligence. check you
Whatever
did.
you were doing, it sucked. So I noticed when you came out to greet us that there was someone had left with you. It was quite a beautiful tiefling. Who was that?
You're talking about Cortia.
Cortia. Who is she?
One of our residents is, the daughter of the blacksmith here. Very nice girl. She was, discussing possible loan and rework her father's shop. She was,
Alright, I'm gonna insight check that. I don't
Go
really
ahead.
ever feel like I'm gonna, yeah, see, but I had to do it.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Blacksmith. Okay, so she lives in town then?
Yeah, her father is the, local blacksmith, probably about 3 blocks from.
JK did insight too and got a 15.
It's still the same.
Okay,
Yeah.
just checking.
Seems to be telling the truth.
Yeah.
I accidentally get myself muted. I was just saying that I will do one as well.
There you go. You know what I should do? I should get everyone's passive insights.
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Then you guys don't
Mine's,
have to make
mine's the same as
specific
my
checks.
perception though. It's still bad.
Yeah. Unless you guys are specifically like being like, this guy's lying. Like, I know this guy's lying, that you can roll for it, but you kind of know like the general, like, yeah, he's telling the truth. Yeah, he seems to be a very good man.
What about... Yeah, yeah, I guess so. What about insight? Can I roll another insight check to potentially get insight into why he looks so unhealthy? Or, well, not, maybe unhealthy is the wrong word, but you said he's super pale, right?
He's very pale. This would be more of a nature check.
Okay. Well, that actually gives me better odds. Done rolling in roll 20.
He is some sort of humanoid.
Alright.
But yeah.
Humanoid, not human.
What was that?
It's humanoid, but though not human.
No, he's human or humanoid of some sort. All right, so you're talking. Any questions you want to ask him?
Did we? I actually have a question. And Aegis will walk up to him and I'll hand him my journal, flipped to the page with the symbol, with the dagger and the snake that I drew. Have you ever seen the symbol?
Oh, you're making me roll now. I have.
What's it mean?
I honestly don't know. I saw it probably 3 years ago on a thief that we had caught in the city. He was crazy, out of his mind. He murdered a couple people in exchange for taking their coin. It was a rough time. Not really sure why. We tried asking him, but he was crazy.
Alright then. We didn't find any, like, symbols or anything on the altar, huh?
Not specifically, no. Yeah, all you found was the book.
Does anyone else have any questions?
I'm trying to think.
As captain of the guard, did you notice anything unusual in the week leading up to the murders?
There was a few things. We heard a report from one of our younger guard that he had heard weird noises happening outside the probably 4 or 5 miles outside the city, near the ruins of Old Iriton, but we investigated and didn't find anything.
Noises.
What was that?
What kind of weird noises?
Screeching and howls. There's specters that live there, but I guess it was stranger than normal. He's a regular patrolman of Old Iriton, but You said it was
What specter means?
something. A specter, like a ghost.
Would I know that word?
Yeah.
And
What
you said there were a few things. What were the others?
That was the main one, but we had a little bit of increase in crime. Some things have been stolen from the grocer.
What things?
Odd things, different herbs, different stuff like that. Just weird stuff that normally wouldn't have been noticed, but it was just a large quantity.
Could you get us a list of what these things were?
I should have one in my office somewhere. And he kind of goes through and he starts going through, and he kind of.
As soon as he walks out of the room, I look at Revette and I say, "Are you gonna compare that against maybe some ingredients in the book?"
Yes, I
Right,
am.
right.
And I'm also going to see if anything's familiar to me.
Aye.
Okay, so he brings out a list, and it's weird stuff. Like, and as you're kind of looking through the book, you do find a list of ingredients that's very similar. It's stuff like sage. It's stuff like belladonna root. It's weird herbs that wouldn't be used for cooking, but for spellcraft.
Witch stuff.
Which stuff?
It's witch stuff. Witchcraft.
Maybe for the ritual or sacrifice or whatever it was.
I can't say I know much about magic. That's not really in my wheelhouse, but magic, you say?
Somebody in town who's would? Is there somebody in town we could go to find out about things of this nature?
We have a few mages around. Most notably would be Enchantress Revon. Revon.
Revon.
She was once a teacher at Tressus. She decided that it wasn't for her, and she ended up coming back here.
And that's where the
Smart
arcane
move.
college is?
Oh, the Arcane College is in Tressus.
The arcane magic, correct?
Yes, the Arcane College. Okay.
Torga, if you wouldn't mind taking down a copy of this list, just in case.
Aye. I will copy the list down into my journal.
Okay. So is that where you're headed next? He does give you directions of how to get there.
Well, we'll figure that out. Are you asking or is he asking?
I'm asking it.
I don't know, guys. Do you think we should go to Revon, Enchantress Revon, to see what these ingredients would do, like what this ritual / spell would do, or should we go to the fucking blacksmith and ask about his blue daughter?
We also go to that old written.
Yeah, and I mean.
that would be fun. I would be down with that. Torga is very down for the historical. Let's go explore an old fort, especially if it's part of what we're already doing.
I have the book. So would the book give an outline of what the spell is? These ritual components are meant to do?
It seems to be a ritual to seek attention and gain power.
So Revet didn't read the book fully with with her spell to understand the language.
Yeah.
So maybe.
Yeah.
So if there's any other information in the book, maybe we should find.
Oh.
Maybe there's someone in there.
And maybe
town?
the Enchantress might know, and then maybe she might even know about what was in the old fort. She might even have some ideas about the old fort.
Yeah.
Sounds the best place to start.
I don't like.
I agree.
So have we? Can we go outside? Are we outside? We say our.
You
Yes.
can say your goodbyes and go outside.
It's nice to meet you. I wouldn't mind coming back to look at your book collection sometime.
I'm
Got
sure
stuff
we
to
will
do, though.
come back to you with more questions if we have any. I'm sure we forgot about something and come back.
Alright.
Okay, so when we're out on the street, I bring up the conversation of the blue tiefling.
Okay.
Did everyone see that blue tiefling? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know
Certainly
about that.
did.
The little girl said that they were blue.
And there's a
That's good.
family of them.
Aye.
She's the
Oh,
daughter
not
of the
all
smith.
families are entirely tiefling.
But
What is it?
we're looking about the blue one. There's lots of colors of tiefling. It's not a race matter.
No, I mean her parents might not be tieflings.
And there must be other blue tieflings in town, so
It is some way to start, though.
Aye.
Should we ask the child if they had horns too?
That's not a bad
I
idea.
doubt the child would know.
She may not have got a good look, but I think it's worth a shot.
Yeah, we can still ask.
True.
So, what should we do first? Are we gonna go to the Enchantress and see what she knows about the fort and the spell? Or do we just want to go straight to the fort? I mean, he's up for digging in old ruins.
I think we should go first to the magic user.
I guess.
I mean, I won't understand half what she's talking about, but I'm willing to go to the ruin.
Kalai, what'd you say?
And arcane magic. Do you have to go to the arcane college?
Kittens?
Are you asking me or are you asking the group?
Kalaya?
In theory, they would know.
Oh, I think we may have missed something. Were you
Yeah.
asking Kittens or the group?
The group. Because in theory, you guys would know, but I wouldn't.
Well,
I'm willing to make
I don't know.
some sort of check to find out if I know.
Dittos.
I really enjoy magic, and I like reading about magic.
I mean, you guys don't need to make a check.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
A
Kree would
few of
know.
you have-
What I learned from just my mentor. I learned it on the street. I didn't go to any college.
Oh, you didn't go to the Bars College, okay.
And I don't think Revette went to college. either.
No, my magic's innate. I was born with it.
We're a bunch of fucking dropouts.
Might as well.
Alright, well, can I make a check? I'll make a check. Can I make it, like...
Because I would be the only one who wouldn't know. Because I don't know arcane magic. Like, in the last couple weeks is the first time I've ever heard the word.
Kittens, what do I know about the Arcane College and Arcane Magic? Go ahead, test me.
You know, so you would know basically, the Arcane College is a place. It's where arcane magic started, but has since spread from there. You don't necessarily have to go to the college to learn magic. It's just a central place where mages practice and learn, and a lot of mages do go there if they don't have someone to teach them. Of course, there is the people born with magic.
Aye, yeah. Revette, she's got arcane magic. She didn't go.
Okay. I'm gonna say for now that I don't really say anything else, but I'll definitely just mention that I've heard the word arcane before. Or the word wizard or sorcerer or mage.
Aye. It's kind of weird.
Well, it will. I'm sure it will be explained. I don't know that much about magic either, but I know only.
Right, well, I have questions about that later, but I think we should. I think we should get on the move or something. What are we doing next?
Cool.
Going to the Enchantress?
I say go to the Enchantress.
I'd be okay with that.
All right.
Okay.
To the Enchantress.
Let's go.
You guys go. She's on the edges of the city, and there's a fairly large, spiraling, kind of almost obsidian-looking tower. As you go, this place is heavily guarded with different sorts of wards, different sorts of magic spells, and it looks to be basically the magic version of a doorbell. Sits at the gate.
Do we any of us know what that means? Because doorbells
No.
aren't a thing in real life, or in this thing, right? So,
No, but I would
can I
say
make
the
an Arcana
arcane
check
magic-
to see if I know to push it?
You may just
you know-
curiously look at it.
You know enough of arcane magic that
Aye.
you'd be like, okay, that's what this is.
Hey, ding dong.
Go pushing buttons. What are you doing?
It's the alarm spell or something. It's similar. It's
That's
it'll
what
let
it is.
it'll let someone inside know we're here.
As you can hear that you don't hear anything, but eventually the door does swing open to the gate as well as the main door.
Look at that. I like this place.
Fancy.
Yeah, Torga's all about it. If no one else is taking the lead,
Looks
she
like-
is. This is exciting.
So as you all walk in, you walk past rows and rows and rows of different herbs that are growing outside into the main garden. There seems to be different fey creatures tending to the
Like,
garden.
they're not like, what's the word I'm looking for? Spectral, right? Are they like real-looking creatures?
They're real-looking creatures, yes.
A
Nice.
fae.
They are fey, so like pixies, stuff like that is
My
currently
goodness.
tending to the garden.
This is fantastic.
Those
That-
are pretty.
Seems
Is
to
that
say
bad?
that.
I just had a funny idea. Maybe Jimmy starts like chasing one. Like a cat. Like a cat.
So you watch as Jamae immediately gets distracted and starts hopping around after one of the fae. Kalaya, what did you
Not
Comes
bad.
around.
say? Is that bad? Is that what you said?
Yeah, for me, is that gonna be an issue or?
I don't know. I mean, there's nothing like you just
I'm
noticed.
not-
There's
I'm
a
not
couple of
hurting.
fae
I'm
creatures.
not, I'm not hurting the creature. I'm just chasing it.
It does take out a small little spear and start trying to jab you with it to go away eventually.
Aye, they're armed. This is fantastic.
Now, leave the poor dear alone. There's no need to torment it.
Eventually,
I'm sorry.
it disappears in front of Jamae.
Ooh,
Oh, you've broken it.
Oh.
You've broken it.
again. That's great. I'll spend all day here. Come on, shall we go inside? If that's what's outside,
I
imagine what's
follow?
inside.
Ooh.
So, as you go through the main door, the place you enter is a mixture of color and glass and just craziness. There is stuff moving by itself. This is like the Weasley's home. You know what I'm talking about?
This is the most amazing
Where,
thing I've ever seen.
dishes are like washing themselves. There are books that are flying everywhere, reshelving themselves, and you do notice that all of the books are coming from the very top of the tower. You notice that there are floating like different cleaning supplies. Obviously, there's like the floating broom going around cleaning. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, and Torga is instantly like a kid in a candy store. Wide-eyed and looking at everything and wanting to touch and inspect everything.
Jimmy is also curiously going around the place and looking at everything that moves.
Okay. You notice there is a large spiral staircase that kind of goes along kind of the outside of the tower.
I
and
mean,
it
wait,
seems to
what?
be-
Did you just say on the outside of the tower?
It's not the outside, but like there's like a small hallway between the bookcase and where the stairs starts. So if you are thinking like a circular hold on, I'll draw something. Give me a second.
This is the most amazing place I've ever been.
So
So it's your
if
typical
you're
Mage's
thinking,
Tower.
oh, that's a square. I want freehand. There we go. You're thinking like a circle here. Sorry for my bad circle.
Perfect circle.
There are bookcases all along around here, and then there's like a spiral staircase that goes all the way up. Not really in the center, but along this side. And then in the center is kind of open.
Okay.
I don't know if that helped, but
Goodness.
that's what it is.
Helps a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay. So, are you guys going upstairs?
Don't know.
Mm, should we maybe be like, hello, is anyone there? Anyone here?
Do you want to do it?
Thorga's
Yeah.
not paying attention anymore.
Okay,
She's looking at magic
um,
things.
So you yell out, "Hello, is there anyone here?" In the enchant, you hear kind of a echoing voice in your head
no.
say, "Yeah, I am upstairs."
Whoa, that's creepy. Did everyone else hear that?
I did. That was amazing. That's kind of
How
what
did
I.
you do
It's
that?
kind of what I do with with Aegis.
Get out of my brain!
She goes, "I'm not in your brain."
Oh god.
Oh no.
Let's
Bree,
just
she's
go
in your brain.
upstairs.
You better dig her out.
Tormenting the bird.
All right, I will go upstairs. Wait, did she say something about? Did the voice say something about upstairs?
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah, that Torga. Yep.
Yep,
Coming.
I will go as well.
Yeah, I go
Okay.
up.
So you all make your way up the stairs, and you come to the main chamber at the top. It is a completely stained glass room with different colored carpets. You notice that all the flying books are actually coming from her desk as she kind of looks at one and it flies down and reshelves itself, and another one comes back up and sits, and she's kind of reading, and it seems to be she's flicking her wrist whenever she wants a new book.
What's her race?
She is a
Blue tiefling. Gotcha.
she is full elven, with lighter skin, like a honey typed colored skin. She has long, deep blonde hair. Her eyes are also golden. She looks to be a high elf.
Elves are so pretty.
Those are the most beautiful things I've ever seen.
Aye.
So yes, how can I help you all?
This is quite the
We have
place you
this
got
book.
here.
I
Oh.
appreciate it. And she has not looked at you this entire time. She is still like moving around fingers. One of her hands is writing, and she is just not really paying attention, but continuing her work, kind of flipping her fingers.
We have an interesting book that we want you to take a look. Maybe you can tell us something that we don't know yet. Maybe you can read it.
She kind of stops for the first time and looks at you. An interesting book, you say? I do like interesting books. Let me see. And she flips her finger, and the book from Rivette's coat comes out and sits on her desk.
Hey,
Wow.
I've asked for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was that rude?
Can you teach me that trick?
Possibly. Are you a member of the Arcane?
I can do a bit.
Interesting. It's called and she kind of whirls out, and you notice that there is an invisible hand holding the book. It's called Mage Hand, actually.
I've heard of that one.
Oh, I've seen that. I can't do it, but I've seen it.
Sometimes
It is
people.
very handy.
Sometimes people can make them. Is hers completely invisible?
It's now that you know what you're looking for, you can see it, but yeah, it's pretty invisible.
There are some magic thieves that can make them completely invisible. It's quite
Yes.
amazing.
I have not necessarily perfected that, but I think I'm getting pretty close.
It's quite impressive.
I appreciate it. So anyway, what is? And she opens the book.
Yes. So we're here in town investigating the death of that gnome family. We found a secret tunnel system under their house, and we found this book down there with like what looked like an altar.
She starts flipping through, and with her other hand, she is now summoning. She is sending all of the books she had on her desk back and summoning new ones. There are books on like lesser gods that she summons up. And as you read the titles as they come up, there's a book on warlocks that comes up, and there seems to be it's basically called a bestiary, called Bolo's Guide to Monsters.
That's familiar.
as she's reading through, she's flipping, and she's like, I was right. Okay. So, written in Abyssal, interesting language. If any of you know it, obviously someone does. But anyway, interesting. So that kind of limits what it could be, either demon or devil, something of that sort, right? But it doesn't seem like a demon or devil book. But here it mentions Rockefeller. He, interestingly enough, is a lesser deity, chased after by the goddess of shadow. He makes things called, and she points to this book, and she flips around, called Varts. They are his duplicates. But, and she kind of points to another one. This one is partially a warlock, gifted magic by him because of great sacrifices. So my thinking is, and they're usually solitary creatures, these warlocks, because they don't want to share their power. But my thinking is that possibly if you found this spellbook with the gnomes, that they could have been partially a sacrifice to reward for more magic, more power. So he could be fairly powerful in terms of magic that he has, although killing that many gnomes is interesting.
It was
Why
more
is it
than the
interesting?
gnomes. It was more than the gnomes too. There were a whole bunch died.
Yeah, there
Yeah,
were
the
other
rats,
armies
the
that they killed.
rats.
That's
But they might be more warlocks, not just the one, since they all happened at the same time.
In different places on different continents.
Of
Yes.
different races and different types.
that's then maybe I'm wrong, but that doesn't make any sense. I can't be wrong. All of the information's here. You're sure? So
Yes.
Are there any lesser?
that
Are
doesn't
there
sound
any?
like a coincidence.
Are there? No, I agree. Are there any other lesser gods that Raxavart kind of works with?
No, he's very solitary. He's afraid that any sort of powerful being could kill him and take the shard from within him and gain godhood himself.
So
I
just
mean,
him and his
that's-
clones.
Are the
Yes.
clones blue?
And how many clones? That's a good question. And how many clones has he left here? Does anyone know that?
Yes, the clones are blue. No one really knows. And there are yes, and they're across the planes. Like there's a few on the material plane for sure, but they're across other planes as well. They're his duplicates. Like he doesn't want people to know where he is at.
So there could be like
So-
double digits worth of duplicates out there.
Oh, there could be much more than that. Depends on how much.
So the duplicants might have everyone like killed the families
Aye.
at the same time.
Aye.
Do they share a map?
They were blue.
See, but the interesting part is that the warlocks don't work with other people. They're very, very selfish. They don't want to share their power. That's why it doesn't make any sense.
But what if the warlocks are working with the clones? Technically, then they're working with the same person.
Well, they're all duplicates.
Aye, the warlocks
So
are the
they
clones.
So maybe they are working.
They're not all warlocks.
They
Aye.
are working together, since they are all basically the same person, just duplicates of the.
More like. I'm trying to think. They're more like sycophants. They worship this god because they are him. They believe they were made in his image, but they're duplicates of
Aye.
the god himself. If that
Makes more sense.
They're not necessarily the same thing as him, but they look exactly like him.
Aye.
The warlocks are the more powerful ones. Most of them are just weak creatures that you could kill. Anyone should be able to take on. But the warlocks, they have enough magic that they can be a problem.
Aye.
But they wouldn't work together.
Let's think about maybe they work together, so we are screwed.
I would say if they work together, that might be a problem. But
Maybe not working specifically together, but towards their patrons' wishes.
Working towards a common goal.
Aye.
Maybe they don't know that they're working together.
I mean, this is all conjecture at this point. I think more investigation will be needed.
Aye. So, what
but-
do you know? What do you know about the old fort outside of town?
Old Ayrton?
Aye.
Yeah.
And she sends off a couple books and brings another one back. At one point, before the Great War between the humans and the gods, everyone knows about it, this was a city. It had been reduced to ruin by some of the betrayer gods, and then was rebuilt not on the site because the site is filled with ghosts and specters.
Was rebuilt that
rapes.
quickly after?
It wasn't quick. It was a few years, probably 20, 30 years after the Great War.
Hmm.
And
Relatively
the city.
recent then.
Oh no, the
I
city
know.
is about 100 years old. And she takes a very good look at you, Goliath.
Should not have said anything.
She just looks at you confused.
Did the rest of us notice this look?
Yeah, it is not hidden whatsoever.
Is everything all right?
Everything is fine. Dear, what is your name?
Kalaya.
And she, at this point, kind of stands back from her desk and walks up to you and holds out a hand. It's a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, I'm not gonna shake her hand.
Okay. She stands quite a bit over you.
Back.
She's an interesting one.
You're not wrong. I can't get a read on you, which is interesting. Usually I get a fair read on people. Like that one. He's a bard. She's a sorceress. But what are you?
I'm a druid.
Sure you are. And she goes back and sits and is constantly keeping one eye out on Kalaya.
That was very disturbing.
Should we be worried? Because that was rather unsettling.
It just was weird that the city was rebuilt after.
If after... and then she kind of has the realization. How long ago was the Great War?
I'm not
Torga
sure
might know that.
exactly.
Yeah.
But probably 30, 35 years maybe?
And she kind of sits back. Interesting. Huh. So where were you that time has...
Did I just roll on that one? God damn
You
it.
did.
I don't know when the Great War was.
You know, the Great War was hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
So, where have you been that time doesn't travel the same? Shadowfell? Feywild? Any of the Outer Planes?
Aye, the Great War was a long time ago.
That, yes.
So,
Now Torga's looking at Kalaya. Weird.
Jime is also looking at Kalaya, waiting for.
Hey, Noob
Nice.
Dover, what's going on? Welcome
where have you
back.
been?
I'm from Slilia. It's a small town on the coast.
And she's just not... roll a deception check.
What is 17 plus 5?
A lot. 23.
22.
22.
Yeah, 17 plus 5?
22.
No, it's 22. You need 3 to get to 20,
22.
and then 2 left over.
Nodded. She's just looking at you. Knowing that they're... interesting. Maybe what was the name of this city? Maybe I should visit it. Obviously, there's some sort of odd time magic going on there.
Time
It-
magic.
The city
This
doesn't
is so
actually.
confusing.
It was destroyed, but
Wait,
Well-
you come from a city that was destroyed? Recently?
not recently. It's been probably about a decade.
You're not that old.
Was
just-
destroyed when I was 7.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
I look back at the elf now. I look back at the enchantress to see what her reaction is.
She's just
We're all just giving each other the fry eyes from the not
Yeah.
sure if gif. We're all just doing it all over the place.
Yeah.
I am proficient in deception, just so everyone knows.
I figure. Huh. Well, that's interesting. Just so you're aware, the Great War was, what did we say, 240 something years ago?
147.
It was 247 years ago.
That
Aye.
I must have been thinking of something else.
Rather difficult to get a war between gods and humans confused with something else.
Yeah, I'm just young and I haven't had much schooling. I'm not very intelligent, so it's possible for me.
Sure.
All right.
Okay,
Aye.
well, that must be.
And-
Well, let's get back on track for now, I guess.
Yeah.
So anyway, they're old ruins.
Aye.
I would suggest that you have a cleric to beat off the undead. That didn't come out right.
There's some
But-
freaky things.
Yeah. But other than that, that's what the ruins are. It would be a place that a Vart warlock would be interested in. Like, it would be a place
Aye.
that they would set up. They like old ruins.
Well, that must be our next stop then.
That's what I'm thinking. Aye. Well, okay.
Should we go back to the tavern and ask the girl if she remembers anything else after she has like slept? So maybe she remembers something else.
What do you think?
Yes.
Make a
I
Sounds
think
like
we
a
should
plan.
go to the girl.
another interrogation before we go out to the old fort.
Yeah, we should ask some questions of the girl. Maybe,
Alright, well,
maybe
does
she
anyone need
remembers.
anything in town before we do this? We're going out to an old fort, or an old town that's supposedly haunted.
I think I have everything ready.
Can I... Yeah, and I would like to know, is there a temple? Any type of temple in town? That
Yeah,
would-
there's
there's
quite a
somewhere,
few.
essentially somewhere I can buy, holy oil, is what you can put on your weapons, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe
uh,
even holy water, too, but I'm looking for holy oil if I can get some.
Oh yeah, for sure. We'll also we'll spend the next couple minutes. You guys have the handbook. You guys buy what you can with the amount of gold that you have.
So kitchens.
We'll say that that's
I have a
What's up?
question.
sure.
I have the snake meat still in my inventory. How long would a snake meat last?
I'm pretty sure that's rotten.
Pretty
like 9
rotten.
days.
Oh,
So-
shite! That's what stinks! My bad.
I will
don't know
just-
much about cooking.
When I go outside, I
Yeah,
will.
I thought when we were on the trail we cooked that for dinner. I didn't realize people kept it.
That was a lot. That was a big
Aye, I've
thing.
still got like a pound or so.
Yeah, I still got a lot.
Yeah, if you guys didn't
Like a 2
hear
pounds.
it, that's gone. Just rotten.
Okay.
That's gross.
Ugh. So when I get outside, I will drop it out to a cut or something.
So yeah,
Potions of healing are 50 gold.
you have what?
Potions of healing are 50 gold.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are.
Yep.
Holy shit!
Alrighty, cool beans.
Kittens, can I get... I only see holy water here in the adventuring gear. Is holy oil a different price, or that maybe in like the?
I think it's on the potions.
Oh, okay. Like in the in the Dungeon Master's Guide, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's like bless. It's like something enchanted with the bless spell.
That's weird. Hold on, I want to companion. I doubt it. Nope. All right, well, I'll get some holy water.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about holy oil.
Maybe. Shit. Maybe not.
Anyway, I can homebrew that. It'd probably be expensive though, being enchanted.
I will grab a holy. I'll grab a holy water at like a
Okay.
Yeah, like a whatever. It's rough. Level 2. Level 2.
Right.
Well, we need to get to some fighting.
That'll be next time. Dragon Ball Z.
We've got a murder hobo, guys. There it is.
I'm definitely a murder hobo. I want to kill things. I just want experience, dude.
I'm
Give me
sorry.
experience
That's
for
true.
talking to people.
You do get experience for the day though. Let me grab my book.
Okay, that's what I'm talking about.
Keith is all about that XP.
I need a couple
Yes.
more levels before I feel safe in this build.
I'm never gonna feel safe in this build. I am not used to a magic user.
Oh, you're gonna
Hold on,
fuck shit up.
there's,
I
Shut up by talking.
Hey, you're the ones that like completely missed any of the stuff that I was telling you to go to. You're just like, nope, ignoring it. I'm like,
What?
okay.
I took pretty good notes. You're crazy.
Damn good notes, kittens.
I didn't think
Talk for a really long time now.
Yeah, I got a page for the day. I mean, I did suggest we go to that tower without talking to the enchantress.
I've got 2.5 pages of notes.
I'm really
That-
bad at writing.
Yeah,
notes.
mine's like a page
I'm,
and a
I'm,
half.
I'm so glad that new people are writing good notes. I'm really bad at
trying
this.
to find the XP for the day. Anyone know where that would be at?
I didn't know that was a thing.
It is.
Dittos.
It is.
It's in the DM's guide.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's hard to find. I think it's in the beginning somewhere.
Don't ask me.
I'll take it, whatever it is.
I just pulled out mine. I'm gonna help you try and find it.
It's gonna be 12 EXP.
Right?
2. You get
I'm gonna guess it's in the page 5.
Come on, we saved the whole kid.
Yeah.
saved an
I know.
entire child, kittens. It didn't lose a limb or anything.
I was
I'm
carrying
pretty
it in
impressed.
as piggyback ride. I need more XP.
Yeah, is that how that works?
And we learned how to sail for 8 days.
It's true.
And I was chasing a pixie.
That's why. Adventuring Day XP. Okay, so, each character of the party use Adventuring Day XP to estimate how many XP they earn a day. So, you guys will get, it's 300 XP per Adventuring Day. Wait, what does this mean?
No way. That's a
Oh,
lot.
that's typical
That's a lot.
adventuring. Oh.
We had a solid day of adventuring.
We only.
Yeah, so I'd say 300 XP for you guys.
So
Yay!
we're up to 664.
Except for Broderick. He gets none.
Yeah. Perfect.
Roderick,
More adventuring
fuck
day and we got a level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna be fighting next time.
Yeah. Probably.
Well, yeah.
For
Today was
sure.
still fun though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I really
it's
like
fun. I'm just scared when we fight something, I'm gonna die. Way too fast.
Oh, you'll be fine.
You'll be fine.
I only have 12 hit points, so I'm scared as well.
I have.
This doesn't usually try and kill you until you're at least level 4.
Yeah, we've got a healer. We've got Jim's our healer, and I've got the defensive, or no, the protector fighting style. So if you stick near me, I can actually, with my reaction, give people disadvantage on attack rolls against you. So I only get one reaction. I only get one reaction per
I will have
round.
to stay like
So you
far away.
you all up
the bow.
at
Oh yeah, I've got the most health on the team. I'm kind of like I figure at this point I'm kind of like our tank, and Jim's our healer.
Yeah.
Everybody else is basically damage or like utility of some sort.
And I'm going to stay back and shoot my bow.
Exactly.
But it's fun to get stabby.
Stabby. You ain't gonna be doing much stabby at all.
So it's fun. I can
Well,
I
because
can
like,
like
she
scratch
doesn't
like
do
a cat.
stabby. She does shooty magic-y stuff.
Shooty magicy.
I can scratch my claws.
Alright.
And I'm pretty much the definition of jack of all trades right now. I can do a little bit of everything.
A barbarian is gonna be weird to see.
It's gonna be fun. I'm
I
excited.
can't wait, but it's gonna take a while for that to come to fruition.
Sure.
Well, it is 5 o'clock, so I got us done on time. I hope you guys all had fun.
Alright.
You're trying
Alright.
to kill all my
Thank you.
secrets.
Oh yeah, you're the one that brought it up. That is all your fault. I didn't even
Think
start
about
it.
it. I just said something, and then I was like, as I said it, I was like, oh fuck, I shouldn't have said that.
I was gonna
That's why you
help
don't tell
you.
kittens your secrets ever.
I was gonna help you delay this until after the exploring the old town or whatever. But it all just kind of happened right there.
No, and I didn't even think of it as like a bad question. Like I was just like, oh okay, and then I was like, as I was saying it, I was like, wait a minute, that's probably not.
You done really fucked up.
Well, be glad you have good deception.
I'm actually very
22.
glad.
Since she rolled a natural 18. Yeah,
Yeah.
she's not extremely wise though.
I'm not extremely wise or intelligent, guys. I've been very sheltered and I'm very young.
Yeah,
Asshole.
my character's the same way. Grew up in the fucking jungle.
Yeah, but you're wise, right? You have to be somewhat wise to be. Oh wait, no, because you're playing a sorcerer.
Yeah, that's
I
what
keep
charisma.
thinking you're a, yeah. I keep thinking you're a fucking cleric.
Despite the fact that Thurk has 0 social skills.
Yeah.
I have very low social skills as well.
You guys are not
mean-
doing high charisma correctly.
Nope.
It's
No, the
like,
only thing
for
I'm
like
like-
intimidation and deception and shit like that, I'm not gonna be like talking to people.
Gotta talk to him to deceive him.
I don't have persuasion or intimidation either. So.
I actually have intimidation just because of Aegis, because he's kind of scary looking. Torga's not intimidating whatsoever. She's actually pretty adorable. But I figured, you know, like if I need to intimidate someone, I could probably lean on the power of Aegis looking big and scary. So I am proficient in that.
I have
I
intimidation.
showed you how much
from
social skills I have.
I'm more of a sneaky archer.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's only because I'm shadowy.
Alright, guys. Well, that was fun.
Was
Yeah.
Until next
good
week.
to see everyone.
Bye.
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 Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. Tune in next Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern for another episode in Corvania. And those of you that are in chat, thank you for sticking around and hanging out. I hope you guys all had a fun